It is time for Raw XXX. What's going on, guys? Happy Raw 30 watch along live reaction. We are here as promised. Sorry it took me a couple of extra minutes to get up here. I planned to be up here already, but I was just taking care of something. But we are here now to watch Raw 30, which is about to go live here in just a couple of minutes. We've got Law & Order, whatever the fuck you, is finishing up now. And yeah, sounds like a big one. I was reading some of the chat as I was getting ready here. Is that what they're saying Kevin Owens did on SmackDown? Is he signed Sami Zayn's name to the contract? Is that what they're going to do tonight in the big tribal court? Is that going to be the big reveal? That's kind of good. I still don't know why Owens would sacrifice his own title shot for Sami, but, you know, friends do crazy things for each other, and maybe that would be a good direction to go. I really, really do like that idea that you guys were throwing out there, unless that's been talked about online today. I haven't really seen or been online much today to look at any of this stuff or speculation or spoilers about what's going to happen tonight, but I love that idea. So let's hope that that's what's going down. Hopefully you guys are having a good one. Happy Monday to you. I am kind of frazzled right now. I was scrambling to get up here last minute because I was stalling, looking for something, and then I was like, oh crap, we got to go live like right now. So anyway, we're here. Let me make sure I can be seen and heard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. I haven't even opened my beer yet, so cheers to you. I got one Stella in my fridge, and I have one Broken Skull Lager, so I'm going to drink that one next. And we'll open up the Stella to get started here on Monday Night Raw. Right on. All right, we are good to go. How's it going? Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Jonathan, Destiny, Chaz, what's up? Red Raven Rucker, I want to say Chaz, Red Raven, Jeff McMahon, the Juliet, Deshaun, William, Michael Kumo, Bo Kavlovic, Zach Palgett, Joshua Aparicio. Those are the channel members that I see in here right now. We got Barry in the house. We've got Deshaun, I got you. Janine, Chris, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We've got Matos1489, Joe Brill, Eco Esco the Goat, Alex, Zach, Big J, Harry, all sorts of people. Andy Linnell, good to see you. Raw is kicking off. Let's do it. All right. Are we going to open with some sort of big segment? Is the tribal court going to be the final segment? I hope it is, because that would be the perfect place to reveal that it's Sami Zayn's name on the contract, not Kevin Owens. And that would be so interesting. Oh, my God. And that's how we're going to start, huh? Oh, with Jimmy Hart. Okay. I can't hear I don't have the volume very loud, so let me know if you hear any boos. This is smart booking by WWE. If you're going to bring Hogan out, have him open the show when fans are just generally a little bit more enthusiastic than they are at the end. Might lower the amount of negative reaction he'll get. But like I said before, today is the 39th anniversary of his first WWF title win against the Iron Sheik. Hulk Hogan is a big deal. I've been watching wrestling since before he was even champion for the first time. However, as much as I appreciate his legacy, as a fan, I do not need to see him in 2023. He is completely useless to me as a fan and adds nothing to the table. Is Mike cutting out already? Good. Oh, good. Sweet. His mic's not working. I don't think Hogan knows the mic is out. Here comes the guy. Here comes the guy. Oh, so embarrassing. What a start. What a great way to start, huh? 30 years at the Silver Dome. Hogan, you weren't even, well, you kind of were. Hogan and Jimmy Hart were there, or Jimmy specifically, was on Raw for such a short amount of time. He was there from like January until WrestleMania 9, and then that was it. Hogan did come back in 2002 and had some great moments with the NWO, and even as he came back a couple times as Hogan. So Hogan, I guess, technically has a case to be a Raw legend, but Jimmy Hart did not spend much time on Monday Night Raw. He spent all his time on Monday Nitro. So Hogan was just there to welcome us. That was nice. Are we going to get this whole entire video package again? Looks like we are. Last year, or 5 years ago, they did the Manhattan Center, which was kind of a disaster, so it doesn't look like they're doing anything like that this time. Zach, appreciate that $5. Oh, hold on. Let me hit Michael Kumo first. Thanks for that 5, my friend. Yo, Greg, I quit my job, start my new job on the 1st. Excellent. Hopefully that was a decision you made to quit your job. And I think that's awesome. Anytime you make a change to become happier or better yourself or improve in life, Greg supports. Good luck to you, Michael. Zach, appreciate that 5 from you too. Hey, Greg, who's your pick to win the Royal Rumble on Saturday? You might have to just tune in on Thursday night to find that out. Thursday night, predictions and live Q&A. I think I've got it narrowed down who I'm picking, but I think I need to wait until after tonight to get a better idea of what the layout's looking like for Rumble. Now that I think about it, there is one small hole in Owens writing Sami Zayn's name on the contract. The person in the match has to do the signing, right? I can't show up somewhere. I can't go sign a lease and then write somebody else's name on it, or buy a car and write somebody else's name on it. If it's a contract, it's a contract. So I'm not sure if that would make much sense if Kevin Owens comes out and says, I signed Sami Zayn's name. I'm not sure if that would be legal, but yeah, Alex, the Manhattan Center was the DX FTR stuff, but The Miz did something, but it was just they had like 3 segments, and I think a lot of fans paid a lot of money to be there, and they didn't really get to see a whole lot. Don't worry, I'll never forget that, man. Jeez. Yeah, what's Edge been up to? Huh. Have they shown any NWO footage in this? Like when they crashed into the Rock or any of that stuff? Commercial free first hour. I did not know that. Why do they show that guy doing that? I hate that. He still goes to shows wearing that same damn shirt. Ah, the old higher power. I don't know how many of those shows, highlights from the Attitude Era, of those shows I was at. Probably a couple. All right, so we paraded Hogan out there to come out with a sketchy-ass mic. Then we did that great video package, and now we are here for Raw is XXX. Still is funny to see that written like that. Yo, happy birthday, 25th, Callum Hilton. Quarter century, man, big deal. 25 is when I believe you should be an adult. Any bullshit, stupid, immaturity stuff needs to end at 25. So if you got to clean up any of those issues, get it done, Callum. But something tells me you're a cool dude, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't. Okay, we're getting Roman now. Something tells me this isn't the tribal court, but it might be the tribal court. I did not look at WWE social media to see if they announced what they're going to open up with here tonight, so this might be it. Yeah, thanks. Stella's usually always my go-to easy drinking beer, although I got Stone Cold Lagers in there that I'm going to break open after I finish this. And here they come with no Sami Zayn in sight. Is this a new Bloodline shirt? Island of Relevancy? So, I don't know how new this shirt is that they're wearing. If this is a brand new shirt, as in hit the stands tonight, I don't think Sami's going to get kicked out tonight. I think they're going to wait. Got to give it a couple weeks to sell some of those shirts first, right? But if that's a shirt that's been on TV for weeks, then yeah, Sami's fucked. Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is. I didn't even see him. I literally did not see Sami. I just see his hand. I see his white arm behind Paul Heyman right now. There he is. He looks very, very concerned. Poor Sami. Okay, thank you, JJ. They've had those shirts for weeks. Just making sure. All I know is the Bloodline one, the Honorary Usos one, and the other Bloodline one. I didn't realize they had one of these. Okay, so never mind. Just about over my head cold that I've had all week. It's just a little, I'm like 88% over it. I still got that nasally thing going on. It's pissing me off. Tonight will be the final night that I shake it off. Okay, so here's Friday, which we saw. Stunner to Roman. So I love the idea, like I said, of Kevin Owens writing Sami Zayn's name on the contract and revealing that tonight on Raw. But I can't think of another instance in wrestling where something like that's been done. Okay, so you guys got to help me out because I was not aware. What are they doing in the ring now? If Kevin signed the contract, are they doing the contract signing again? Oh no, this is just the court. Okay, this looks like the old primetime wrestling set. So who's going to sit in these chairs? Are they going to literally sit all of them around in the ring? Oh no, JCS, you had to sell your tickets to the show because you got sick? Ah, it sucks. Yeah, Sami. All right, this is the tribal court right here. Since they're opening with this, I'm not sure if we're going to get the big beat down here or not. I think something tells me he's not going to be, something tells me Sami's going to be put in a decision-making position at the Royal Rumble. That's my guess, but look at Roman telling Heyman to give him the mic. That's great. Oof.
Acknowledge me.
I have no idea what I'd have to narrow down my favorite Raw moment to over the last 30 years.
Now I say we get right down to business. Wise man?
Wise man? JJ, that's very possible. Maybe a multi-segment type of deal here. But I still think what's interesting is all these chairs they're sitting in is the chair I have. It's literally, I'm sitting in the same exact chair. That's kind of funny. But anyway, I feel like
my tribal chief,
stretching it to the Rumble.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name
Of the jury.
Paul Heyman, and I
Heyman is still a good talker holding both of those belts.
Three letters that are very near and dear to me.
Where are they tonight? I forgot. Are they in Philly?
My tribal chief, ECW is dead.
Boo. ECW's been dead for quite a while.
The same for Sami Zayn.
Oh, no. Poor Sammy. I want to give him a hug, you know. Split those titles, damn it. Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you.
In plain Samoan speak in this tribal court, that is an Imbula Para.
Oh.
He's a Judas.
It's a Judas.
Traitor of the island of irrelevancy. He is a conspiracy.
He's a Judas in my mind.
In a conspiracy with Kevin Owens since day number one.
Oh, yeah, they are in Philly, huh? Hence the Flyers jerseys, I see.
Leading us on to feel good about ourselves, to feel good about how much he belongs in the bloodline. He has been making us feel like the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Big game next week, Philly.
And we're going to feel like the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles after they get conquered by Brock Purdy of the
Brock Purdy. I love it. That was great. That was great. Niners and Philly, I honestly don't give a shit who wins between them. Don't care. Whoever wins, wins. I think Philly KC would be a good game.
my tribal chief, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is an open and shut case. I have exhibits A, B, C, D. I had E, F, G. I went down to elemental P.
LMNOP.
But I
Sammy.
stop with 4 pieces of footage that demonstrate that Sami Zayn is guilty as charged.
Sami Zayn is not guilty. He's innocent. And all he wants to do is be loved and accepted by his bloodline family.
Our evidence.
Uh-oh. Prosecution Exhibit A. What's Exhibit A?
Everything you guys said last week.
August 12th. Wow. Oh, yeah, McIntyre. Oh, this is actually pretty funny.
Now, here's old sword-ass Drew McIntyre jumping the Usos from behind.
Sammy's leaving.
Running away like the gutless coward that he is.
Exhibit B.
And here's Sami Zayn's chance to show his loyalty. That's not hesitation. That's a conspiracy.
Ah. Well, he was like the referee was looking. That was on the 29th.
Jay, I'm sorry you had to live through that.
I'm sorry you had to live through that, Jay. JJ, I like your Bengals Niners Super Bowl idea because I remember watching that one in 1988.
Is he sitting there and saying thank you so much for the opportunity? No. He's a company case for individual glory. And wait for it. What is this? What are we, the NWO?
What are we, the NWO?
With a dangerous alliance? That's a conspiracy signal to Kevin Owens. Montreal boys for life.
Upstage me to upstage us. I got news for you. We
We even missed it on television. Did you see what Sami just did? Boom!
Oh, he did not just shrug. Oh, Roman was okay with it.
Oh, it's the old high school hallway shoulder block.
Yeah, I had a few of those in high school.
On the tribal
I'll take a motherfucker out.
What's next, Sami? You want to perform euthanasia on his father? You want to
No.
castrate his son?
Don't want to castrate his sons. Nope.
Assassination
Don't want to put his dad to sleep.
of the tribal
Don't want to assassinate anybody.
You can become the head of the table of the bloodline. That was blatant. That was assault. And you're guilty of nothing.
Heyman thinks that Sami is trying to be the head of the bloodline.
Assault of the tribal chief. My tribal chief, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
That Burrow guy might be the real deal in Cincinnati.
I'm not a begging man.
I kind of think he might be a little bit on the pretty good side. He's good at that. He's good at that football stuff. He throws balls good.
Guilty as charged.
Jesus, Heyman, so cruel. Why's he got to be so cruel? Sammy's an innocent man.
The prosecution rests its case.
So Sammy has got to represent himself. We can't get Clarence Mason out here? Clarence would nip this shit in the bud. It's ludicrous, ridiculous, preposterous.
You know, I
Make The Rock Sammy's defense lawyer. Appreciate that $2, Nathan.
all lined up, all laid out in my head, and you know, the one thing I didn't count on is how I would actually feel when I came out here. And Paul, watching you, listening to you.
Heyman is breathing very heavy.
Right here, right to my face, after every time you've hugged me, and it's schmooly this, and I love you, schmooly that. Man, that hurts.
Guilty as charged. I didn't even think about that.
That hurts so much. Watching you play that video, carefully craft this video to make it out. Like what? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm doing? You think I'm conspiring with Kevin Owens? You think I'm trying to take out the tribal chief? You think I'm coming for his power? How do you think that after all of this time? The fact that you would think that, man, that hurts.
When did the Sammy bloodline shit start?
Tell you something.
Are we getting close to a year?
On the fact that you don't see it, guess what? These people, they see it.
Yeah, we see it.
They see it.
This is the best story, one of the best stories they've done in quite some time.
But the fact that you would make me sit here and literally put me on trial to defend myself, that hurts. So I guess what I'm saying is, my defense is that I have no defense.
No defense. Roman seems befuddled. There's something about this whole situation that really befuddles the tribal chief. Man, we watched that last night.
Let me get this straight. You don't have a defense.
Yeah, you deaf and stupid? I don't have a defense.
You won't even fight for this. You won't even explain yourself. You don't care now, huh? You got so much ego that you can't even argue for this. It doesn't mean anything to you. I give you opportunity after opportunity. I let you in my family, and this is what you do. This is the respect you show me. And no, Solo!
Oh, no. Oh, no. He called for Solo. Oh, God. Oh, no. Sammy's going to accept the Samoan spike? Are you serious? Oh, Jay stops him. Jay stops the execution. Sammy looked like he was about to accept it. Accept his fate. Oh, wait, they're all going to do it. Jay maybe stopped him so he could do it. I mean, Jay's been wanting to do it forever.
Tribal Chief, OG, no disrespect. All right? I put together my own footage last night. Roll the tape.
Oh, he put his... Oh, is Jay going to be... Defense? Jay's going to defend Sammy, or is he in on this too? And they're all just going to murder the poor guy. June 3rd, way back in June against Riddle. Oh. He helped us. So are they saying Sami played Roman's? Oh, yeah, he did. He was in the truck. I forgot. It worked. Yes, it worked. That was me. All right, what's Exhibit B? This is all back in August, too. A lot of shit from last summer. And he ate a Claymore, took the bullet for, I think, Jay. Or Roman. Yeah, for Roman. It's Exhibit B. See, that's when Roman should have started. And then I hope they show War Games. I mean, that was a big one. War Games was a big one. Now we're September 9th. Oh, and Sami takes another bullet. .3D to Peter Dune. And Sami helps again, pulling out Shamers. See, what a great... I'd have Sami in my faction any day. He's more than welcome in my family. He can eat my food and shit in my bathroom. I don't care. He's a great guy. Here's War Games. Sami's jammies. I loved Sami's jammies. And he stops the 3. Boom. Low blow to his buddy. Because of that, no other kids will ever hear him be called Uncle Sami. And then Haluva kick. Frog splash FTW. And that's it. Yeah, War Games was the defining moment, I think, in proving Sami's loyalty and motivation. He seems legitimately emotional about this. Doesn't he? Look at Sami. He's got a Mick Foley level of emotion and how genuine it feels. Yeah, Jay standing up for him.
For you, for the whole bloodline. Man, my dog basically bulletproof.
I still think Jay might be fucking with him here or something. I mean, Jay was the one that hated him the most.
Everybody knows, man, I did not trust you, man. I despised you, right? But what you do, Roos? Man, you saw the good in me the whole time, and you never gave up on me. And guess what?
He did not.
Right there, that's what family do.
Jay's right. Something tells me that's all a big... I'm not going to look at the chat right now because I might be behind you guys. And if you see some sort of crazy shit happen, I don't want to be spoiled.
So that tape right there demonstrates to me, Roos,
If you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up button while Jay's talking, like the video, appreciate it.
hey, Sami Zayn, I love you like a brother, Roos, 100.
Look at Heyman's not happy about that. Maybe the dissension here with the Usos might contribute to them losing the titles.
Throw your wands to the sky.
Are they going to change Roman's mind on this? The Usos are standing with him. Roman and Solo and Heyman have not yet. Is Sami going to live to survive another day? Sami Uso. I don't care how long this segment takes.
As your tribal chief
It can go as long as it wants.
and the head of the table, I find you, Sami Zayn,
Innocent. Not guilty.
not guilty.
You're not guilty, Sami. Heyman not happy. Is there going to be a butt in there?
For now.
For now. You're gonna have a big decision to make on Saturday.
I want you to look at Jay and I want you to thank him because he bought you more time. And in the meantime, this is how it's gonna go. Finish out tonight. Make the bloodline proud. And then I don't want to see you again until Saturday
At the Royal Rumble.
Do you
Yep.
understand me? I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear that you're at a show. Nothing. Go home. And then I will see you at the Royal Rumble. And that is where you're going to deliver your final test. And then we're going to see if Sami Zayn really is the bloodline or not.
So Sami is going to be involved, obviously, in that Owens and Roman match. And Sami is innocent for now. Sami survives the tribal court in a 30-minute, maybe not quite, probably a 25-minute opening segment. Now, what's going to be interesting, Roman is, Sami's not guilty for now. He said himself, Jay has bought Sami more time. So obviously, there's still going to be a split. But is that going to cause trouble in the bloodline? And is it going to cause enough trouble that might cause the Usos to cough up those titles? As I think they're going to drop them to Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. But you just don't know what they're going to do at Mania yet. Is it going to be Owens and Sami together to challenge for the tags, or is Sami going to actually be wrestling against Roman Reigns? And we got Theory and Lashley coming up for the U.S. title. No disqualification match. To me, that's got Brock Lesnar written all over it. I don't know if he's at the show or has been reported or rumored or advertised, but I would have Brock Lesnar interfere, beat the shit out of Lashley, Theory retains, and you got Lashley and Brock hopefully in a Hell in a Cell at the Royal Rumble. Yo, Angie, good to see you. It's been a while since I've been on with you all. Yeah, we're here for a Monday night watch-along since we've got the Raw XXX tonight. Thought it would be a fun one to react to. We're also going to be reacting to this Saturday's Royal Rumble. We're going to be up. The link is already up on the channel, so go save it. All right, Usos are up next against Judgment Day. 30 minutes, no match. Who cares? Raw is 3 hours long. Why would you prefer having a match with Dana Brooke and Dakota Kai over what we just saw? So no, it's fine. Raw is 3 fucking hours long, and most weeks Raw is loaded with filler and loaded with bullshit and loaded with matches we don't need. So that first segment could have lasted an hour, and I would have not complained. So knowing wrestling fans, there's probably a bunch of people on Twitter going, "Oh, this is really long." I'm like, so what? It really wasn't that long. If you add Hogan's the intro, then Hogan's mic issues, and then the video package, and by the time the Bloodline got in the ring, it was probably 10 after, so that was a 20-minute opening segment. It was not that bad. Chill out, y'all. Man, if you want to look up the definition of a man, you're going to see a picture of Dominic Mysterio. That right there is someone you don't mess with. Roman Reigns is lucky he's not out here, because he would not want to come face-to-face with the pure intimidation that is Dominic and his face and his tiny half-grown goatee that he can't fully grow out. I love he's got the teardrop. That's just the best. That's the best. I like Dominic's. He's kind of got like the diesel pants, doesn't he? Oh, Dominic and Rhea. There's no telling what she does to him. I would like to see Rhea Ripley enter the Men's Royal Rumble, but somehow also win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Opportunity against the Usos to unify the tag titles 248 days.
I think Rhea is the best option to win the Rumble, but if WWE wants somebody else to, I think a good way to still give Rhea a moment and something memorable at the Rumble is to have her compete in both. All right, this is for the titles. I don't see Dominic and Priest winning. I think if there was any other, if the Raw and SmackDown tags were separated and Raw had its own tag titles right now, and it was a team that wasn't the Usos, I would definitely pick Dominic and Priest to win. But
And their opponents, accompanied by Sami Zayn, they are
because I feel like Roman kind of gave away the outcome of this match.
WWE Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
I feel like Sammy will leave Raw tonight still in good graces, or good enough graces, with the Bloodline, and nothing will really come to a head until the Rumble, where if he fucks up here and costs the Usos the titles, then it feels like Roman's mind would be made up by that point. So I don't think that's going to happen, but
Into the Wells Fargo Arena.
seeing Dominic wear some gold would be fun. All right, we got the tag titles on the line. Usos against Priest and Dominic.
For his team. When it comes to familiarity, the Usos are slightly more familiar with Dominic Mysterio. Remember, it was Dominic and his father Ray who the Usos
Usos should not lose the titles until Mania. Not necessarily. Especially since they've got 2 championship matches coming up here. You could use one of those title changes in the storyline, especially if you tied Sammy into that somehow. I feel like the Usos will retain here, but they might drop the SmackDown tags leading up to Mania, which will still make them Raw champions. And then if, say, Cody wins the Rumble or something and works against The Rock, then you put Owens and Sammy together against the Usos for the Raw tags at Mania, which I think will still fulfill its purpose. And now you've separated the tags back out, and all is right with the world.
True to form at Damian Priest as Dominic Mysterio enters now. Tag made. He's crushing the
I still don't think Dominic's that great, and he's really not that TV ready, but he's been getting better, and I really like this gimmick of him being a hard ass.
tag made. In comes Damian Priest. What a massive opportunity this is for the Judgment Day.
Oh, you think Edge is going to come back here and cost Judgment Day the titles?
On the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw.
Possibly.
As the WWE Universe covering him over, hook of the leg for the victory already, and a kick out.
I feel like Edge could be a good just surprise at the Rumble, or I suppose tonight would be a good night to bring him back, to be honest. So, oh, Roman is watching closely, and Heyman is watching Roman. Watch Sammy.
Look at Paul Heyman in the corner, keeping an incredibly close eye on the tribal chief. How distracting do you think it was?
I mean, hey, at least Roman Reigns is somewhat in front of the TV. At least they're not doing the whole sideways viewing thing that they sometimes tend to do.
Priest now attacking the lower back, a shot to the kidneys. Jimmy has been nowhere near
Oh, we definitely got Conan vibes coming from Dominic.
strategy.
We've seen shades of Ray, Eddie Guerrero, and Conan in Dominic, which is pretty cool.
Take another look at this. Thunderous clothesline by Jimmy Uso takes down Priest, but Jimmy desperately needs the tag. Tag made. His brother Jay. Here comes Dom. Here comes Jay. Dominic back up on his feet for a mere milliseconds. Flattened again by Jey Uso.
Dominic getting worked over.
Sami Zayn is so vocal on the outside looking in. Oh, big Samoan drop. Dominic control. Rhea obviously on
Dominic has a way to go until he is as great as Nails. Well, of course, Nails is kind of in a category of his own in terms of his wrestling acumen.
Bray inside the ring. Hook of the leg for the victory to kick out again by Dominic. Hey, KP, it was almost surreal a few moments ago during the trial that it was, of all people, main event Jey Uso coming to the defense of the honorary Uso Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Turn of events. Kick connects with Dominic, who makes the tag to Damian Priest.
Smitty, I don't think Hogan's mic issues was intentional because they had a production guy run out there and give him a new one. So I don't think they were doing that on purpose.
Turns his back, Jimmy. Uso behind him, as is Jay. Usos. Priest sent down, hard cover. For the victory now, Damian Priest still alive. All eyes on the Sami Zayn story this Saturday at Royal Rumble. Jimmy Uso looking to make something spectacular happen for whom?
I still thought, too, that they were going to, at some point, pay off Rhea Ripley and Beth Phoenix, and it doesn't look like that's happening either. So now I've kind of got Rhea focused in for Mania. I just think Rhea Ripley and Bianca is the match you need to do, but I don't know.
Damian Priest, he's been on another level. 56 minutes in the tag turmoil match.
Especially with Bianca being so close now to holding that title for a year.
Usos and a broken arrow. The Judgment Day beginning to roll.
I like Priest with the facial hair.
They're going to take a high risk. Assessing his options. Jimmy Uso's got something to say. And Priest answers with a super kick of his own. No way, no way.
Priest with the big somersault. Now that's normally a spot where we go to commercial.
Stakes necessitate high risks. Damian Priest realizing the magnitude of the situation. We could be closing in on new channels. This could be the moment. Damian Priest quick to the cover for the championship and a kick out.
The Juliet, what would you think about WWE reaching out to AEW about the possibility of including Mark Briscoe in the Royal Rumble as a tribute to Jay or something like that? I think that would be nice. I'm not sure if I was Mark. I'm not speaking for Mark. If I'm him, I don't think I'm ready for that. I think it's way too soon to try to come out and do anything like that yet. But if, WWE wanted to reach out, they could.
Double team maneuver. Can Dominic get the win? Is it his moment? Oh, kick out at the last second.
But I kind of don't see that happening, but it would be cool.
Tag is made. You've got to be impressed with the frequency of the tags from the Judgment Day. Always doing their best to keep the fresher competitor legal in this scenario.
Yeah, I think Ray versus Dominic is kind of a given at this point for WrestleMania. There's no way they're not going to do that.
Tribal chief that maybe they're looking past the Judgment Day. Tag was made. Jey Uso's in.
Yeah, if only this match had a few more super kicks,
Mysterio.
it might be good. Oof.
Another drops. Priest covered by Jay. Hooks the leg. The Usos to retain their Raw Tag Team Championships and a kick out by Priest. Even Finn Balor on the outside thought that might have been 3.
Do I think the Forbidden Door opens at all at the Royal Rumble? I kind of do. I think we might see the Great Muta, but I'm not sure.
Assist from Finn. Finn Balor makes his wait a second. Oh, my goodness.
You know who I really like to see? And I think is Finn going to get thrown out? You're out of here. Look at Finn. What? I like how Finn's like, surprised. Well, bitch, you cheated. And you got a purple bandana around your neck. I'd throw you out too. Don't be showing up to matches I'm refereeing wearing a purple bandana, or I will throw you out. You have been warned.
Making sure Balor leaves ringside. It's uncharacteristic for the Bloodline to fall victim to the numbers game. But Jey Uso from the top rope. Back inside.
Nope, rolled him up.
Damian Priest with the opportunity for the victory. Kick out. Man, that was close. Jey answers back with another kick. Tag is
Here comes Jimmy.
from the top rope. Jimmy taking
Boom. Yeah, that's it. No, he might kick out. Yeah, he did.
How is Damian Priest still alive in this match? Adrenaline.
How is he still alive? I don't think he'd be dead. I don't think a splash would kill him, but
Being shown for the world to see.
But I think one of the best, what would make me the happiest, and I know it's far-fetched because I don't know his timetable and recovery time, and we haven't even been a year yet since the injury, but I think if Big E came back, it would hold as much emotion or eclipse the amount of emotion we had when Edge came back in terms of just that wonderful feeling you get as wrestling fans. And he was out yesterday doing shit with New Day. He's neck brace free. He's gyrating around. Seems to be moving pretty good. If he shows up at the Rumble and he's able to get... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, this is kayfabe. Okay, phew, I was like, oh, no. Oh, okay, okay, I know what's going to happen. Sammy's going to replace him. Pierce, it's the same thing that happened to Dominic last week. Remember, he got hurt, and then, oh, he can't go, and then Pierce comes out and makes Dominic fill in for Balor, right? So they're going to do the same thing here. Jimmy can't go. Pierce is going to come out and say Sammy has to take his place. Here he is. Here's Pierce. And then he's going to say Sammy's got to take his place. Sammy's going to go in the ring, win the match for the team. That's what they're going to do.
Gentlemen, it's that simple. Look, if he cannot continue, the protocol dictates that you must forfeit the match
Or,
and forfeit the tag team championship.
unless Sami Zayn gets in the ring, blah, blah, blah. When's he going to say it? Oh, here's Sammy's going to say it. Sammy's got a solution. I wonder what that solution's going to be. What could he come up with? Let's just think about it here. What could they do? How about you get this white devil in there? Yeah, Sammy's ready. They will win, too. Right in front of Roman. How much more evidence do you need, Roman? Let him go. My prediction is Sami will not fuck this up. They will retain the titles. The Usos are not going to drop these titles. Exactly. I was about to say, I just said that. He did it last week for Dominic and Finn. So now he does it for Jimmy and Sami. Heyman's eyes. He looking at Roman. I don't know why Roman's like confused by this. I'm like, Sami did the right thing. Sami stepped in there to save the tag team titles. Had Sami not done that, Usos would have lost the titles right now. It is kind of interesting because Sami's fresh. Come on, Sami, go. Wow. Wow. Not bad, Sami.
His future within the bloodline in question. Sami Zayn is out to prove his loyalty to Roman Reigns. Reigns grasping the ankle.
Oh shit. Dominic's rolling him up. No way. Oh, he's going to give Sami a prison beating. Like they're in the yard. Oh, exploder into the corner. Hell, give Rhea the Holuva kick. She could take it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no way. Sami's not going to get pinned by that. Nope, not believing it. Nope. Kick out. How perfect is Rhea? Yo, David. Shout out, buddy. I see ya. One of our listeners at the show. He's right there front and center, I think. He just tweeted a picture out a few minutes ago. Oh! Super kick. Oh, he almost tagged Rhea. She's in there to protect Dominic. Look, Rhea wants some. She got in Solo's face last week, right? Now Dominic might hit her. Get out of the way. Uh-oh, 619. It's funny to see a heel do the 619. Oh, no. Sami, get in there. Get in there and save him. Ah. I was about to say, Sami, where you at? Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Paul. Sami doing that tope with those skinny jeans that he's wearing. I just don't know how you wrestle or do anything athletic wearing shit like that. And like regular old Skechers. He's wearing Skechers. There's the tag. This is going to be the finish right here. Super kick took Dominic's head off. 3D executed by Sami and Jay. That's ball game. Still tag team champions, the Usos. Where is this Bloodline story going? JCS, if you have any complaints about this Bloodline story, you just don't story, bro. Do you even story, bro? I don't think you do. Because if you have any problem with what we're seeing right now, something's wrong with you. Stop being impatient. This is good shit. What did Roman just say to Heyman? I just heard him say, do you understand? And Heyman said yes. Raph, man, congratulations on eating a full chicken. Like the head and everything? Feathers? Did you cook it? Or did you just do it like Alpha and Sika, just rip its feathers and hair out and just eat it raw? Good job, Sami. Here, those are all your belts, Jay. Okay, we're definitely going to get a Ron Simmons and JBL thing. We have to. Oh, there's one. Godfather. 1 second. A Barry or a Baron. Oh, the poker game. Yeah, you're not on the list, Baron Corbin. Get the hell out of here, you ugly bald bastard. Stupid tattoos. APA. Look at these guys back together. Yeah, what's up with the stew? Baron Corbin. He's not on the list. What do you want him to do? Godfather and Ron Simmons are not miracle workers. They can't just make someone's name appear on the list, you know? Although there's some money there. Oh, his name suddenly has appeared. I think it's on here now. Oh, I just misread it. That B looked like a D. So he's right there. It's there. It's there. There it is. Yeah, it happens, man. It's all good. Go on in there, Baron. I don't know why you chose to get a tattoo behind your ear, but that's your decision. Come on in. Oh, wow. This is nice. It looks nice in here. They have a big silver pillar there, and looks like a... Oh, that's nice. Gallows and Anderson, Elias playing guitar. We got Teddy DiBiase, Dana Brooke, Jimmy Hart. Who else is in there? That's awesome. Oh, wow. Hey, I was at that. I was at This Is Your Life. I was sitting on the floor. I think it's still the highest rating Raw segment ever. I remember when Roman won the belt in 2015. Oh, is LA Knight coming out? So we're probably going to get a fun house or something like that now, right? Yeah, I do like Knight.
On SmackDown, Bray Wyatt brought back the Firefly Funhouse. Yippee!
Yippee.
Grown man incel playing with puppets with spooky music, and I'm supposed to be scared of that, huh? Wrong! If I was any more a man, there'd be two of me standing here right now. Meanwhile, this guy is living on past glory, and it just got me.
Cheers.
Here we are, Raw is turning 30 years old tonight. There's a bunch of legends back there running around. They're living on past glory. Bray Wyatt's living on past glory. it just has me thinking. If any single one of those legends right now has enough tingle in their loins, yeah.
Tingle in their loins.
Why don't you come on down here and I'll give you a little preview of the pitch black match at Royal Rumble.
I don't think a legend's coming out. I think we're just going to get Bray Wyatt. We could get IRS. IRS would be a good person to come out.
That's about what I thought. I didn't think anybody showed up because they ain't got enough to beat.
Oh. Oh, he's coming? Undertaker and LA Knight. You know, if you're gonna use these legends, use them to give someone a rub. And don't just bury them. Or humiliate them. But this is kind of cool. Undertaker coming out here because... Oh, it's the badass. Wow. I don't want to really hear Kid Rock, but I'll turn him down. I'd rather hear Sad But True from Metallica than American Badass, to be honest. But whatever. Is he going to come out on the chopper? Whose motorcycle is this? It's not a motorcycle, baby. It's a chopper. Whose chopper is this? He can't. Come on, get it out. I like that he's the badass. What? He's not really riding it like he used to. I've never ridden a motorcycle. I kind of don't get them. I don't know what the appeal is, but I ain't trying to be cold when I'm driving and shit. I don't know. Is Taker going to do anything physical at all? I think he's looking quite portly here. I think this is... I don't think Undertaker can last ride anybody at this point. I just don't think he's got it in him. I mean, LA Knight could probably help get him up, but I feel like... Wow, we haven't seen this version of Taker in 20 years. Yes? He's struggling to do his little things. Honestly, this is probably the best way to bring Taker back at this point now that his Undertaker career is over. He's had his send-offs. He's had the Hall of Fame. Any future appearance should be Mark. I think we're going to get Bray Wyatt, though, in this as well. Or Uncle Howdy or something. There's that guy behind LA Knight, the same guy that's in the damn video package. Who's he friends with? I mean, I don't know how many more times as fans we will see The Undertaker actually standing in a ring. I mean, every one that he does now could potentially be his last one.
I heard what you said on Joe Rogan about the locker room being soft. Hey,
Bunch of softies.
with you. You look back there, there's a bunch of softies back there.
Softies.
This is Bray Wyatt.
Little softies. Squishy softies.
Like this. If you think I fall under that umbrella, somebody told you the wrong story. But I tell you what, you give
There's another way to say there's a bunch of softies back there.
let's just think about something here.
A lot of wrestlers
Irony of the
aren't stupid anymore. That's another reason why things are so different.
sends the Undertaker to the Undertaker. Yeah.
Send the Undertaker to the Undertaker. We did that in SummerSlam already. It sucked.
So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a pass.
That's nice of LA Knight to spare Undertaker a beatdown. Very nice of him.
You live to enjoy retirement, enjoy your family. Oh, but I want you to watch the pitch black match at Royal Rumble.
I hope Kane doesn't come out.
They're gonna be calling me the Lord of Darkness. Yeah.
It's Kane
Oh, one more thing.
or Uncle Howdy.
Anybody ever asks you whose game it is and you're confused, just listen, because you hear everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Lights out. It's either going to be Uncle Howdy or Bray Wyatt or something. I just love that it has to be the Mountain Dew pitch black match. Oh, Jesus Christ. Good grief. Good grief. Who is that? Is it Wyatt or is it Uncle Howdy? Who's got the lantern, bro? Is it Wyatt? I can't even tell. I guess it is. It is Wyatt. Okay. I personally don't think Taker could execute a last ride. He could try. I'd worry he'd fall. I think he could do it on a little guy. And somebody that could do all the work for him, kind of thing. Imagine that getting in the ring with The Undertaker is a better option. Is the better of two choices. That's a bad neighborhood to be in. He's got Knight by the neck. Looks like he can definitely execute a chokeslam. Or he's just going to put him down. This is interesting. This is interesting. WrestleMania opponents from years back. We got Bray and Taker. Oh, nice. Crazy. You know, I think WWE, just a theory, might be paying attention to AEW's use of legends. Because you notice on these Raw shows, everything legends do is stupid. Granted, they got that stupid poker thing going on, but, like, this is kind of cool. Like, this is a good use of a legend. Like it. Taker whispered something to Wyatt as he left. I don't think Undertaker is a part of this angle. I don't think Undertaker is going to be Uncle Howdy or anything like that. I don't think Undertaker is the ultimate string puller here in the Bray saga, but I do like that they tied him in, and he may have given Bray some either advice or... Yeah, Undertaker said something to him. I'm glad he got the bike started back up. Remember when Hogan couldn't start the motorcycle? Because Hogan, of course. Sad But True is such a better song than American Badass, isn't it? This song sucks. Oh, this is your yard now? Maybe. Don't let Roman hear. Oh, look at that. There's the belt. That's the very belt that went in the trash, right? Is she gonna bet the? Is she gonna bet the belt? Is Alundra gonna bet the belt? Check out Dexter back there with Candice and Johnny Gargano. Look how good Medusa looks. DDP. Shout out. DDP. Gotta love DDP. Uncle Howdy has to be Bo Dallas, right? I guess so. I don't think... I think, though, there isn't really going to be an Uncle Howdy reveal, like how I've been mentioning. Like, who's going to reveal themselves to be Uncle Howdy? I don't think anybody is. I think Uncle Howdy is the character, and I think that's who Bray Wyatt is going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. And so I think the person playing Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Yes, I do. I believe that now. But prior to that, I was kind of still under the assumption that maybe there's going to be some reveal and we're going to see who these people are. I think these are all new characters. So here comes the cage coming down. Because one of the arguments I made for that, I'm like, suppose it is Bo Dallas. Last time he was in the company, he was a complete joke. So if you do some sort of a reveal where he reveals himself to be Bo Dallas, number one, are most fans even going to know that he's Bray Wyatt's brother? And are most fans even going to recognize him since it's been so long since he's been on TV? And he was never a big deal when he was on TV. So it's not like it would be some big, shocking moment, So I believe Bo Dallas is playing Uncle Howdy, but I'm not sure if it's ever going to be really revealed until later that it's him or that it's his brother or whatever. Well, Barry here, you got your Dakota. Looks like they're going to let Bayley go alone. Are we still getting Lita as the special referee in this thing? I think we are, right? I think we just had our first commercial break, and it's not even a real one. It's a picture-in-picture. So let's cruise to the chat. If anybody has not hit that thumbs up button yet, I would appreciate you doing that. Decent audience in here tonight. If we can keep this up, I'll do this every Monday, like we used to do. Want to say hi to C-Mac and Mike Witt, channel members chiming in. J.A. William Pender. Roderick Smitty. Sock Sniff, excuse me. I do like that Hogan had mic issues, even though this time wasn't his fault. You combine this with all the other dumb shit he's done, and then at WrestleMania 30, calling the Superdome the Silverdome, and just being overall awful on the mic in the last 10 years. It's pretty funny. Like, what has Hogan ever said? Like, at least Undertaker had a purpose, Like, that was cool, the little thing he did with Wyatt. They should have incorporated Hogan into something like that. DJ Solo, Paul E. Yuchiro. Just saying hi to people I haven't hit yet. Thanks for being here, everybody. Good to see you, Ben. Nate Bergen from earlier. Glad you're here. Ratnick's in the house as well. All the channel members. Joshua Aparicio chiming in. LA Knight versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Yo, dude, I wouldn't mind that. Joshua, appreciate your 5 months of memberships with us. Spider AR, glad you're here. I think that's it, right? All right, good. At least we're mostly caught up with all of our super chats. Chris Barrera, not sure if I got you earlier either. Everybody that is in here, thank you for being here tonight. This is fun. So far, it's been a pretty good first hour. Sami Zayn survived his tribal court, was found not guilty by the tribal chief, then went on to replace an injured Jimmy Uso to defend the tag titles with Jay, and they defeated Dominic and Damian Priest. And then we had a very good segment with LA Knight and The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. And now it is time for the cage match, Bayley, Becky, and Lita. Apparently, as the ref, Bayley sticking her face through the bars there. I hate that they're not connected. I hate that there's not like a... I know there's a connection, a bracket at the top that connects them, but I don't like the 4 open spaces. It doesn't look like it's a cage. It looks like it's 4 fences placed in a square. Bring back the blue bar. I was in the building the last time the blue bar cage was ever seen on TV. I was there. Unforgiven 1999, Kennel from Hell. That cage never made an appearance again. Shan Michael Cobb, thank you so much. Glad you're here as well. The plan that I've been trying to do on the channels lately is that we've been doing watch-alongs on Wednesdays for Dynamite, but there are weeks here and there where I'm not available to do that due to work or whatever. So what I've tried to do is on weeks that I can't be here for Dynamite, we come up and do a Raw reaction instead. So that's kind of been the deal. And of course, this Wednesday I won't be here for Dynamite because I do have to work, but we got a big Royal Rumble predictions video and Q&A on Thursday night. Then we're live reacting to the entire Royal Rumble pay-per-view this Saturday. And I think we still might do a classic watch-along on Championship Sunday. Although one of those football games will probably still be going on when we start that. Oh, God. Nikki Bella says, I do. This is on E. 4 parts. There is a... Okay. I just have to say this out loud because it's ludicrous. Here, as the man makes her way to the ring, there is a 4, count 'em, part special on E highlighting Nikki Bella's wedding. That's obnoxious. You know how many people get married every day? Is it just me or Becky looks different? She almost looked like Raquel Rodriguez there with that face she was making. Are we getting Lita or not? I guess we're not getting Lita. Didn't they not advertise Lita for this? WWE, they did some weird shit this week. They pre-advertised a lot for this Raw show that didn't wind up happening. They had that acknowledgement ceremony that they canceled. Lita, I guess, was supposed to be the ref here. Does not look like she is. Anybody got an explanation on Lita, or did I mishear that? Okay, so by the way, Becky got attacked by Damage Control before the match. Match is not started. They're going to beat the shit out of Becky and then toss her in the cage, I guess. Oh, they're all going to get in there with her? Okay, I feel like somebody's got to save Becky then. Who's going to save Becky? Maybe Lita saves her instead of being the referee. Yeah, Barry, you never saw any mention of Lita? Where did I hear that then? I swear to God. Lita was announced to be the referee in this thing somewhere. I heard it. I put it in my notes for the podcast. We talked about it last night. Where did I get this information? Fall from the sky? What's Twitter saying? Are people like, where's Lita? Adam Pearce is out there. Every time you bring up bolt cutters in wrestling, you struggle. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, Pierce almost tagged the ref in the face with those things, and now they're leaving. Okay, heels are leaving. I must have dreamt that Lita was going to be the referee. It must have been in a dream. So does this mean we're not getting the cage match? So all that happened there was they attacked Becky Lynch before the match, beat the shit out of her, locked all 3 of themselves in the cage with her until Pierce came out with the bolt cutters and got her out of there. Sounds like the match, at least for now, is off. Although I have a feeling we're going to get Becky in the back saying, no, I want to fight her and let's go back out there or something. I don't know. No disqualification in this Theory and Lashley deal. Oh, wow, that's cool. I just went back over to the actual stream connection page on YouTube, and watching the chat catch up and scroll was pretty funny because I'm watching it in a different window. Yeah, so I don't know what that was about. It was, DJ Solo's right. That did feel like a waste of time unless they're going to run this back here after commercial or whatever, because I have a feeling since they went directly to commercial, you know, if they raise the cage again and go through that whole process, it's a big waste of time. But maybe as Pierce is in the ring with Becky right now, as they're on commercial break, she's telling him that she wants to face Bayley anyway, and then Adam Pearce is like, okay, if you want to, and then they restart the match. But I don't know. Well, since this is our first commercial break, I will be back in 2 seconds.
We see you carry out heroes. And to say thank you, we're tipping you $3 to use on next week's order at Domino's. Shotgun Wedding, rated R, coming soon on Prime Video.
Celebrate the moment with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth, chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Celebrate every guess with 20 to 30% off individual wedding and anniversary.
How many times we got to see that K commercial and hear that song? Ooh, her. Okay, if you're watching the show and there's this commercial and there's this girl in a purple sweater talking to a girl in a gray sweater, right? The girl with the dark hair and the purple sweater. She had a hilarious part on Curb Your Enthusiasm in like the latest season, and she was so good in it. I think it was like the latest, one of the the later ones they did in Curb. I forget what her name was, but she's awesome.
Snickers satisfies.
Where are y'all watching from tonight? Shout out your city in the chat or your country, because I know many of you are not here in the US of A. Yeah, sock sniff. I've had Lesnar penciled in to this the whole time because they've started the Lashley and Lesnar feud, so they're going to pay that off. There's going to be a match somewhere. Unless they want to stretch their issue all the way to WrestleMania and put the Hell in the Cell match at WrestleMania. I'd actually be cool with that if they did it. But I feel like Brock will come out here and cost Lashley the match. And then I guess we'd get Lashley and Brock one-on-one, or they might just be in the Rumble. I don't know. But I think whatever happens between the two of them should culminate in the Cell. Western PA, Texas, Quebec, Wisconsin, 27 degrees. Fuck that. Illinois, probably no better there. Peach State, Georgia, Houston. I've been to Georgia lots of times. Savannah is a lovely, lovely town. You're in Honolulu, Texas, Barry. That's right. Are you from Helsinki, Illinois? Or what D'Lo used to put a different European city with the state that he lived in? London, England. Sonic Plays, California. What part? Are you up north or are you down here with me in San Diego? Kings Mountain, NC. I'm familiar with that, Alex. That's very cool. Pittsburgh. We got UK. 2 o'clock in the morning in London. It is only 6 o'clock in the evening here. It's not even dinner time yet. All right, they're talking about Ric Flair. Unless this is another advertisement for that Peacock show, which I still have not watched.
And the bad. Fair to say, I'm a complicated man.
He was ahead of his time. It was very colorful. Just unbelievably talented.
Like, I know all this shit about Ric Flair. I mean, how many times do you retell these stories? I know about the plane crash. I know about the NWA. I know about everything, you know?
No matter what the consequences, people were starting to worry about him. Ric Flair, are you kidding me?
And he...
How in the hell is he doing this? It was almost like he wanted to die.
I don't know how he survived.
People keep reminding me that I should be dead.
He's just... I would just like to think if I had the amount of success that Hogan and Flair and guys like that had, that I wouldn't make such a fool of myself when I became an old dirtbag. San Antonio, Utah. Yo, 6 foot tree wherever you are in Utah, and anybody out there in that part of the country. I hope you're not under 10 feet of snow, and I hope you guys are all not frozen stiff. You're a whole bunch of wrestling fan sickles out there. Good news is the drought is really going to be facing a big recovery here with all the snow and rain hitting the West Coast. It's very good for us.
What a night at the sold-out Wells Fargo Arena as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw.
Detroit, DJ Solo, my birthplace. I was born in Pontiac General Hospital. Just a lovely part of town. Surprised I didn't get mugged on the day I was born. Somehow survived. Made it all the way to California. Here comes DX. This is going to be so weird with Triple H. I put on Twitter the other day, he's got to, because you know Triple H is going to make some sort of comment, right? About the sale and the controversy that's surrounding WWE right now. But he best choose these words carefully. His joke, because he might think it's lighthearted. It might come off insensitive. Because you got a lot of panicked talent back there. Look at Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's with him. Out there in his red. Angle. The badass Billy Angle. It would be cool if they, like, you heard reports today, okay? Listen to this. You heard reports today about WWE contacting AEW about possibly utilizing some talent. They weren't able to work out Billy Gunn last time. What if Kurt Angle's in there and they're like, wait a minute, you weren't a part of DX. Wasn't it somebody else? And then Billy comes out. Wouldn't that be cool if they brought out Billy Gunn? Billy coming out would be very cool, though. I'm holding out hope that maybe he is. Although maybe not, though, because they've got the ass boy family therapy or some shit going on Dynamite this week. He's in a big segment. The funny thing is, this rendition of DX was never together anyway. Shawn was never a part of the New Age Outlaws DX. I mean, not really. The badass Billy Angle. That's awesome. Kurt, what are you doing here? They didn't see him walking out with him?
What are you doing out here?
I feel like Billy's going to be here.
I always wanted to be in DX.
This is actually pretty funny. Oh, he's going to take the shirt off? Yes! He kind of looks like Mike Tyson, doesn't he?
All right, now hold on. Now, if you're going to be in DX, you're going to have to pass a test.
Yeah, you got to pass a test, Kurt. Wow, Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels in the ring. They had a couple of good matches, I think. Didn't they have a match that was kind of good once?
Is that the test?
Are you ready? Is that what he said?
Or, never mind. I said, are you
Line up. Look at Angle. Look how happy Angle is to be a part of this.
for the sold-out thousands in attendance? For the millions watching around the world?
Help me out. Is that the same building that's always been there in Philly? Is that the first Union Center? Is that where WrestleMania 15 was? Oh, Imperium. Oh, yes. Oh, you guys are fucked now.
The Intercontinental Champion Gunther.
Gunther shows up to work. I feel like murdering old people. Show me the closest ones. Oh, there just happens to be a few in the ring right now there, Walt. Help yourself. One well-placed punch should do any of them in. Maybe not Kurt. I love X-Pac, his glasses. Old man. 1, 2, 3 kid is an old man. What a world. What a world I'm living in. Filth and nonsense, yeah. So Kurt Angle has been an honorary member of the Shield, right? And now DX.
Standing out there celebrating yourself. For what? For making a mockery out of this great sport? We are Imperium, and we are here to restore the honor of this precious sport. And we are here
Calling wrestling a sport twice in the same promo. Holy shit.
our ring. Unless any one of you is going to do something about it.
Maybe somebody in DX will. Triple H, I'm your boss. I'll do something about it. Triple H and Gunther? We're not going to see this match.
I'm retired, dude.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, I'm retired. Sean, you, anybody? Angle? Angle and Gunther might be interesting. I think Gunther might have popped on that. I'm too old. All y'all are too old. Every one of y'all in there are too old.
So you all are leaving this up to me? Well, I got a really bad case of shin splints. Else I would.
Shin splints, that will happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna fight. Stay over there, Butterbean. I'll be right here.
Butterbean. Right in that same building, right? Okay, so it is the same building. Angle?
Kurt said he'd fight you. No, I won't. No, I won't.
When I went to WrestleMania, it was the first Union Center. I think it's had like 3 names since then. Now it's Wells Fargo, I guess.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a jam here. I gotta be honest with you. I wish there was somebody that was willing to come out here.
Uh-oh.
I want to fight you guys.
Who is it? Seth. So Seth's going to come out here possibly to jump in.
The sound you hear is 16,957 members of the WWE Universe serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, now DX has got some backup.
Answering the call. But Rollins can't fight Imperium alone.
Yeah, no shit. Core State Center. I swear it was something even before, because so many banks merge and shit. It was first Union Center, but I thought it was something after that before it was Wells Fargo, but I don't remember. That's that building's getting old if they built it in 96.
Hey, but guys, there's one of him and
Yeah. Oh, Wachovia Center. That's right. It was the Wachovia Center. After it was first Union, then Wachovia. No, Core States, then First Union, then Wachovia, then Wells Fargo. That's right. I knew it was something else. Wachovia. That bank was all over North Carolina when I lived there. Wachovia. I never banked there, but people who did called it Walk All Over You because apparently they always fucked you over. I've been Bank of America my whole life, so. Opened my Bank of America account actually in 1996. Had it ever since. I'm going on like 30 years with those fuckers. So Street Profits are going to come back up Seth to take out Imperium. So this is going to now powder out DX. This is going to lead to an impromptu 6-man tag. And it's going to be Seth and the Profits against Walter and his friends.
Can you imagine how irate Gunther, Kaiser, and Vince here have to imagine, Kevin?
No, Bayley and Becky I don't think got cut. I mean, they ran the angle where Becky got injured. But there might be an internal reason for that. I don't know what that reason is. So we'll see what happens.
This is cool. You got 3 on that side and 3 on that side. Now what do? We
We need somebody to make this official.
Why does everybody always look at me? Hey, this booking stuff isn't easy, you know. It's not like you just make decisions on the fly. Everybody does what you want. If only there was somebody that could come out here and make sense of this whole situation.
Oh, who's going to come make sense of it? Yes. Oh, well, look at there. He's on the wrong show, but whatever. So they're not going to go on one-on-one with the Undertaker. They're going to go 3-on-3 with each other. Oh, look at Teddy Long. Thanks, Pfizer.
Hold on a minute, player. Now, I've got the perfect idea for you. Imperium, tonight, you will face the Street Profits.
Oh, Seth and Walter?
Seth freaking Rollins,
Ooh, I like that. Oh.
tag team match.
Oh, damn it. Damn, I thought they were going to do Seth and Walter one-on-one. I'm like, yeah, give me that.
We're gonna need somebody that's gonna be able to keep all this chaos under control.
Oh, a special referee. Who's that going to be?
Like a special referee? Let's talk about this. Guys, give us a second.
Guys,
On this official DX business.
it's official DX business, Kurt.
I have an idea. Hold on, Kurt. Just stay right there. We'll get with you in a second. The adults are talking. I have an idea. Just let him say it. I'm trying to
Just-
say something.
Kurt's got a referee shirt on. Red, white, and blue stripes.
Great idea.
What a great idea, Kurt.
Kurt Angle was the special guest referee.
Or he could be a barber, one or the other.
It's official. Ring the bell. We got a six-man tag team match, and if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
It's hard to see Sean old, isn't it?
Let's see how it's in Philadelphia. 6 months.
All right, so it's going to be Profits and Seth against Imperium when we return from the break. Very good. JCS, yes, I'm going to WrestleMania this year. Tickets and hotel already booked. I got sweet seats and a sweet suite at the hotel. Very excited for it. We got a hotel with a little kitchen in it, so we can make sandwiches, shit like that. Very excited. This booking stuff isn't easy. That was funny. I knew Triple H was going to say some line that would reference his current situation in the company, and that was good.
Rated mature.
That's it. I'm going on a Duncan run.
I'll do a Dunkin' Run.
Yeah, me.
I was watching DX when they first started, man. I was at Raw 2 weeks after the screw job when DX was out there beating up Jim Neidhart and messing with the mini Brett, and Shawn was so young back in those days, so was Triple H. Triple H hadn't even really made it yet. He was still trying to get over that hump of mid-card.
Use the pain.
And seeing where he is now, I'm like, Jesus.
Snickers satisfies.
This brings a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder that love endures all.
No hotel required for you? Well, that's good. I mean, technically, we could drive back and forth every night, but that would just suck. I'm about a 2-hour drive from L.A., so we're just going to go and stay the whole weekend so we can hang out with people. Deshaun Robinson, appreciate that 5-month comment. Could you imagine Gunther versus Kurt in 06 or 07? Yeah. That would be...
If you get this wrong, there'll be no second date. No second date, you end up alone.
Is this really a commercial? Together or separate? Yo, you pick up that tab, homeboy. It's your first date. You absolutely pay for that. There's no second option. Unless she insists. You want to respect that. If not ready for that yet. But I couldn't even imagine a scenario where you go on a date and you make her pay for half.
Isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99.
But I'm old school. Maybe it's different today. Maybe it's different for dating today. I don't know.
$25 a month. No hidden fees, no surprise price hikes, no annual contracts. So it's fast and
Kurt Angle deserved a better last opponent rather than Corbin. He did. He did. I always wondered if there was just a little bit of that was done on purpose. I mean, if it was just... He left WWE for 10 years, man. He spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE, and maybe just that always bothered Vince. And I think I even said something to that effect at the time, is that maybe they just never really got over that. So, like, why are they going to bend over backwards to give a guy a great send-off who didn't show them the same courtesy all those years ago? Maybe it was driven from that. Where had Kurt spent his entire career in WWE, they might have maybe cared a little bit more to make sure that he was immortalized the proper way. But they definitely phoned that in with Kurt for sure.
My name is Thomas Mack. I'm a private investigator. My buddies and I help those in need. Make a hell of a team. It might get dangerous.
I have no doubt.
Me and Elizabeth, we went for drinks and played some pool. That was it. That was date number 1. The way to a woman's heart is by winning a match with her on the line. Yeah, exactly, Barry. You got it right. You know, even for Karate Kid fans in the Cobra Kai series, Daniel goes back to Okinawa and he runs into Kumiko. And all those years, you know, since they had their little romance in 1986 and he went on to get married and have kids and have his own life in the States, and she stayed in Okinawa, and when they met back up and she says, I never married. And he was like, why not? And she goes, nobody ever fought for the death for me, you know, or fought to the death for me. Like, nobody ever, you can't beat that. You know, you actually fought somebody and the loser was going to die in order to save me. You can't really top that. So she never married because there was just nobody else that was that good of a man to her. It was kind of funny. I was like, damn. It was kind of a telling line. No one ever fought to the death for me. So you were the only one. I have no idea who Mahaffey is. So I don't know if he's showing up in the Rumble. Look, oh, Lawler's got his old. Oh, I like it. Lawler finally starting to look old. Lawler's looked like he was 46 years old for the last 30 years. 40 years even. He's always just looked the same. He never really had a body. He just had a tan. And he maintained his weight.
Is there anybody better in the WWE right now than Seth freaking Rollins? I'm not going to disagree with you. No,
I don't like Lawler, but I'm cool with him being on commentary right now, and I love that he's wearing that old school jacket. Oh, McAfee. Okay, Pat. I was like, what the fuck's Mahaffey? I'm like, I don't know. Mahaffey can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't give a shit. However, Pat McAfee, maybe. He's done. He did the college football deal, right? That's over. So feels like, yeah, I think Pat McAfee's a shoo-in for the Rumble. So much so that if he shows up, I'm not even going to be that surprised. We got Kaiser in the ring with Montez. Angle in his little red, white, and blue job that he's wearing.
How excited are you? The Royal Rumble this Saturday from San Antonio. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I've been trying to figure out my picks. You know, I'm famous for changing my picks. I've employed that strategy a few times. Have you? This is the best. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to be on the kickoff show, you know, so don't forget. Yes, you really do. I'll be there, by the way. We've actually met before, believe it or not. What? I don't recall your face, but your breath is familiar. Beautiful, Pat. I got a second here, Dawkins. Look at the victory.
Oh, yeah. I actually, Mike Witt, I had completely forgotten that Rick Boogs existed. I completely forgot he was a thing. He got injured, didn't he? Didn't he get injured last year at like WrestleMania? Or something happened to him. Blew out his knee, right? I forgot about him. Holy shit. He was doing stuff with what, Nakamura? I'd love to see him come back. Pat McAfee versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania is not happening. Why would you even do that? That would make no sense. I'm not against a Pat McAfee and Roman Reigns match, but all of the story that they're in the middle of right now, wedging McAfee into that? No. This is cool. Rollins and Gunther. Oof. You know, if Austin has a match at WrestleMania, who's he going to work with? Ooh, yikes. I think Rollins could be a good candidate. I think you'd give Austin a good match. Oh my God, Nikki Bella. Me and my 4-part series of attention, all about me and my wedding. It's all about me. Look at me, everybody. Look at my dress. I don't know how people watch shit like that. I don't give a fuck about Nikki Bella's wedding or what she's wearing or what she's doing before the wedding or how she's preparing or what her family's doing. There's nothing in life I could literally care less about than that. Now, Pat McAfee, Corey Graves, Big J, I'd be into that for sure. Getting to that point. Yeah, we mentioned earlier about Big E. You know, I don't know. We're not even at the year point yet since his injury. And I remember hearing, like, we wouldn't even be able to talk about a return until we've reached that point. But he also seems to be making incredible progress. And if he was having making these great strides and great progress in his recovery, and the doctors told him that, and they said, hey, yo, you might be able to be in the ring by the beginning of the year, I'd keep that shit on the DL, and I'd tell Triple H, and I'd tell nobody else, hey, look, I might be able to make the Rumble. And Triple H is like, oh, don't say a word, you know, and let's just do it. And I think if Big E came out at the Rumble, it would match or eclipse the emotion that Edge had when he came back. Because I think fans would just, because Big E's so incredibly beloved, and everybody was just heartbroken we got injured, and we've all been very worried about his career, about him even being able to wrestle at all, much less, you know, make a full recovery. So if there has been some great progress made behind the scenes that we don't know about with Big E, and he is healthy and he is cleared to come back for work or limited work or something like that, showing up in the Rumble would be pretty incredible. I think a lot of fans would just kind of want him to win it at that point, but not sure if that would really be in the cards for Big E. So I don't believe that Big E's going to come back at the Rumble. I don't think he's ready yet, but if he did, the moment that would create would probably be one of the most emotional moments we've ever had in the Rumble. Jesus, we got a Jesus commercial. Jesus, we got a Jesus commercial. They're really running Jesus commercials now? Oh my God, who's paying for that? Is there like a plate to pass around or something? How's that work? McAfee, Logan Paul, WrestleMania. I am not putting two relatively inexperienced people in the ring together. The thing about McAfee and Logan Paul is, yes, they're both very good, but they need to be in there with somebody who knows what they're doing. That's the key to that success. I think the two of them against each other in a high-profile match like WrestleMania, neither one of them are ready for that. So, no, I vote no on McAfee and Logan Paul. I'm fine with a match down the line. I don't care if they do it at some point, but not at WrestleMania. Go out and buy your Jesus today for half price. Half price Jesus, everybody. Because normally, full price Jesus sucks. So if you can get it for half price or a little discount on your Jesus, that's what you're looking for. I think Beth Phoenix being in the Rumble is very possible too. They got to do something to pay off Ripley and her. And I think that, like, for example, if Ripley, I think Ripley should win the Rumble and face Bianca Belair, but she doesn't necessarily need to win the Rumble to face Bianca Belair. You know what I mean? To get a title shot, they can figure some other way out because there's 2 championships. So if they decide to have whoever faces Charlotte win the Rumble or whatever, a good way to eliminate Ripley is to use Beth Phoenix to do it. And then what you do is Beth Phoenix shows up in the Rumble, eliminates Rhea Ripley. That way she gets her little revenge for that. And then maybe you book a match at Elimination Chamber and you have Rhea Ripley beat Beth Phoenix completely clean. And then somehow in between now and WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley earns a championship shot against Bianca Belair, whether maybe she's in the Elimination Chamber and she wins it. Maybe Beth Phoenix is in the Elimination Chamber as well, and Rhea eliminates her in the chamber to kind of end that story. So Rhea attacked Phoenix. Phoenix comes back in the Royal Rumble, eliminates Rhea Ripley from that, but then Rhea Ripley gets her revenge in the Elimination Chamber, eliminating Beth Phoenix and going on to win the entire Elimination Chamber match, potentially getting that title shot against Bianca Belair. I'd do something like that. But I feel like a Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley payoff still needs to happen prior to Ripley hopefully winning the title at WrestleMania. Look at Angle. Oh, Gunther got tagged in. Sorry, we weren't paying too much attention to this 6-man. Wow, Gunther and Angle face-to-face. That's cool. Oh, Angle shoves back. Here comes Dawkins. He's about to fly. Jesus, Montez. He is not. It's like Montez is the closest thing that I've seen to, like, if you put like LeBron in a wrestling ring. Because he's just got that athletic grace. He doesn't have the crazy Ricochet athleticism where he's doing, 540s and shit, but he just has that. He comes off like a pro athlete, like somebody who could be a wide receiver in the NFL or a power forward in the NBA. Maybe not a power forward, maybe a forward or shooting guard or guard. I don't know how you would. Oh. I don't understand how wrestlers wrestle with no knee and elbow pads. I'd have all my shit covered. Yeah, Angle's just enjoying the action. Yeah, that flip was out of control that Montez did. I mean, he just flew. I still have from the 80s my old Come Fly With Me Michael Jordan VHS tape that came with my Sports Illustrated subscription. I think Montez can fly just as much. And here comes the roll through on the suplex. Little help from Dawkins. Oh, Lord, what are they going to do? Oh, DX. Wow. Nice pedigree to Gunther. I was about to say, yeah, roll out of the ring, Gunther. You are not taking this pin. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Blind tag to Seth. Big frog splash to Da Vinci. Down goes Vinci. And that's it. Babyfaces win. Matthew would kill you. You mean Botchamania Matthew would kill someone if Seth Rollins pinned Gunther? I didn't realize Matthew was a big Gunther fan, but that makes sense. I'm a big Gunther fan. Shout out to Matthew. Follows me on Twitter. Featured me in one of his Botchamanias a couple months back. Good dude. One of the good ones, that Matthew. $1 Million Man has got the... Is Ted DiBiase... Isn't he sort of in trouble? Isn't Ted DiBiase involved in that Brett Favre shit? What's the deal there? Who knows the story there? The Christian preaching embezzler. Right on. Look at all... Damn, look at all them Benjamins. Oh, no, they won it all? That sucks. That's bullshit. Oh, no. Who's here? Oh, the tax. Don't forget to pay your taxes. I gotta do my taxes. My W-2s are ready. I guess it's time for that, isn't it? Oh, he gave him 100 back. Damn, that's how much the IRS took? They've got the $1 million belt there, too. I don't know if that's a replica or the real deal. I do like that Alundra's got the women's title. And they were left with one fake Benjamin. Damn. Ah. Wait, you gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it. Women's champion, SmackDown Women's champion, coming to Raw. What the fuck is that? A stereo? Oh, that's a VCR. It's like a stereo receiver VCR combo. That's nice. The story of John, I think a lot of that has to do with whatever they're going to do, what the plan is for Sami Zayn. I mean, the more and more this Bloodline shit goes on, the more and more you're starting to think that Sami Zayn is going to be doing more than just the tag team titles. He might actually be facing Roman Reigns at some point, and he's going to have a big decision to make, obviously, at the Royal Rumble, because Roman Reigns said, I don't want to see you again until then, which means he's probably going to make his presence known in the Owens match, and he's going to have a big decision to make whether or not to... As we speculated a couple of weeks ago, I don't think it's an absolute given that the Bloodline kicks his ass. I think maybe Sami turns on Roman first. Maybe Sami realizes there's just no way he's going to be able to convince him, and he's tired of living in fear because he knows what the end result is going to be anyway. Roman is making it very clear that one day he's going to get the shit kicked out of him by Roman, so might as well beat him to the punch. And if he turns on him in the match with Owens, allowing Owens to win the championship, I'd be perfectly fine with that. I wouldn't think that was a waste or that was a ruin or anything like that. There's a lot of story there with Kevin Owens. Already faced Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble one time a couple years ago and had him beat and should have had him beat and should have won the title. Hasn't had a run with the title in 6-7 years. It's time for him. All that would make sense. And having Sami step in to help him get that done would be pretty incredible. And I think it would create a great moment and it would infuriate Roman and, you know, all that. But that takes both belts off of Roman. You know, that outcome would make more sense if these titles were defended individually. And then Owens can just be one of the champions, and then Roman still has the Universal going into Mania or whatever, where you can have him face Cody or whatever the fuck. But I just don't know. I do kind of like the uncertainty of it because there's so many possibilities. So many people to think about. And so many people that we might not be thinking about. So I think after WrestleMania, or I'm sorry, after the Royal Rumble, we might have a better idea. Oh, no, it wasn't me personally doing anything on Botchamania. He just took one of my clips and credited me, a Back to the Future thing that I did, and he used it. Yeah, Rotundo back in the day, you know, he was in WWE with Barry Windham, and then, you know, he would go to NWA and WCW. They had the Varsity Club over there. I think Sullivan and Steiner and, I don't know, some other fuckers were involved in that. Then he came back to WWE as IRS, would go back to WCW again as VK Wall Street. And then I think that was it for him until the buyout, and then he started appearing on WWE as a legend, and I think he had a job as an agent for a while as well in WWE, if I'm not mistaken. I've always thought that the end result here is creating a sympathetic babyface out of Sami with the heartbreak of the bloodline turning on him. But you want a sympathetic babyface, but you also want a babyface that you respect. And if Sami Zayn allowed that to be done to him, you almost wouldn't respect somebody like that because he never stood up for himself. So I think there's a better story there is if he realizes that there's just no way, or maybe they do a deal backstage where he overhears Heyman and Roman making plans to end him. And that's when he realizes it's over. There's no way I'm going to talk my way out of it this time. They put a contract out on my head. There's a hit out on me. They're going to execute that hit. I have to beat him to the punch. I would like to see that with Sami because that would develop and build his character. His character would grow and evolve based on what it's learned. Where how they're going now, if the bloodline just beat the hell out of him and just annihilated him, it would be Kevin Owens would have to be the one to pick him back up. And it would rival a lot of what Mick Foley did back in '98 with the corporation and getting used and manipulated the way he did. And he had a great babyface moment when he beat The Rock for the title on Raw. So, that can be done and everything. It's just, I think with everything that Sami's going through, this needs to be a learning and growing experience and character evolution for him to where he realizes that he's got to stand up for himself. Moment of silence for Kathy Kelly. Here's Lashley.
Because no disqualification means no excuses, no way out.
No disqualification means no excuses. Well, you better be looking out for
I can't get disqualified for what I'm going to do to him.
a Brock.
See, I should still be United States champion if it weren't for Brock Lesnar. But I dealt with Brock. And I dealt with this little silly suspension that I had also. So I have one focus, and that's to tear Austin Theory apart and win my United States Championship back. Excuse me. Kathy, could you leave us for just a moment? I need to work.
Kathy, please excuse MVP.
Champ.
All right, MVP. It looks like they're trying to tease some Hurt Business stuff here. Yo, Antoine Fair. I'll hit that 1 second, dude. I want to see what MVP is telling Lashley here.
You were going to take back your United States Championship. And then after that, go hit the VIP lounge, pop some bottles, make some new friends.
Make some new friends.
I didn't need your help or Omos's help to become the number one.
Oh, sweet. I kind of forget Omos is still involved in this.
I need your help to win the title back. So tonight, let me handle my business.
I have a prediction. I think tonight. Oh, who's the picture? Who's the family photo there in the corner? You see that? Anyway. Here comes Ric Flair, sauntering, stumbling out to the ring. So I have a prediction. So it's going to be Lashley and Theory. It is appearing that that's going to be the main event tonight. Oh my God, what is Flair wearing? I think Omos is going to come out and maybe some other members of the former Hurt Business try to help Lashley. But then I think Brock's going to come out, and I think there's going to be a Brock and Omos moment in the ring. And I think Brock is going to suplex Omos. That's my that's my prediction. Flair, 30 years of Raw. He bounced 2 weeks after Raw started. Yeah, loser leaves town match with Hennig took place right there in the Manhattan Center.
Diamonds are forever, and so is Monday Night Raw.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for coming out there and mumbling a promo to us. Now go away. Don't adjust your sets. Flair's really wearing that. I don't even think you can adjust your sets anymore, can you? Oh, he's going to introduce Charlotte. Okay. Well, at least there's a point. So while Charlotte's coming out, let me scroll up here and knock out Antoine Fair's very generous $10. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Bro, this is crazy. I think the match is going to be at Mania, Kevin versus Sami. I don't think this Bloodline thing with Sami is far from over like SummerSlam. Wow, okay. So Antoine's got this thing stretching way out. One thing I will agree, I'm not sure if that's reasonable what you're saying, but I do agree with it because I like the Bloodline angle. It's one of the best things they've ever done, at least in modern history. So I'm in no rush to see it end, but you don't want to run the risk either of dragging it out too long, because even the best angles do have a point where you got to pay them off. Otherwise the fans can grow tired. So I think that SummerSlam is another 8 months away, and you got a lot to do in that time. And based on how the whole angle has been going, with Sami constantly trying to have to prove and reprove, fucking up, redeeming himself, that constant back and forth, I don't know if that has another 9 months of shelf life to it. But if anybody could pull it off, those dudes could, because Sami's so good, and so is Roman. They all are. I really haven't gotten a good listen to Charlotte's new theme. I don't even know if I like it. I don't even think I care if I like it. Don't even care. But thanks for that, Antoine. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming back. But man, if they carry the Bloodline into SummerSlam, holy shit. If that happens, Antoine, let's just hope that it hasn't gotten to the point where it's starting to agitate fans, because as you know, it does not take much imagination to agitate fans. It takes very little effort. They get their thumbs up. They get to stick up their ass over the smallest things, most insignificant things. So I don't want to see that happen to Sami, because he deserves this to be a big success, Okay, so there's 5 more from Antoine. Thanks. Here's my angle. Stretch it to Money in the Bank. Sami versus Roman at SummerSlam. And have what? Sami win the Money in the Bank or something? Because Money in the Bank's going to be a big one. That's London.
It is where I evolved from a diva into the
14-time. Ric Flair was a 14-time champion way back in 95 or something.
names like Ronda Rousey, Nikki and Brie Bella, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley. No, it's really because of them I'm able to call myself the most decorated athlete of all time. Women's athlete of all time. Now, I know I stand here, your SmackDown Women's Champion, but Monday Night Raw will always be my home. I'm on my own.
Here comes Bianca. Okay, cool. These two. Champion versus champion showdown here. This will be fun. I'm I'll always understand fans' complaints about the Charlotte booking. I do. But I have the same stance with Charlotte that I do Cena. And that is, in the end, I think fans are going to appreciate her legacy. And while they're going to have issues with the booking along the way, and there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to make our eyes roll and that sort of thing, I think at the end of the day, wrestling is going to be better off having those legacies attached to it. And with Ric Flair's second-generation daughter coming in and matching her father's legacy only on the women's side, I think is good for wrestling overall, and I don't really have a problem with it. Sure, the booking of her sucks sometimes, and WWE is, making her her centerpiece, and their women's version of Cena is annoying, but 45-year-olds think differently than 20-year-olds. Wait, it'll happen to you too. You just wait. Bianca, on the other hand, is an absolute star.
I respect but just not here.
Yeah, just not here. You don't even go here.
I mean, this is my show. This is my home, and you best believe that I do everything that I can to make sure that Raw is the greatest show on television.
Let's tweet our friend here, David, because I see him on camera. I just want to let him know I see him. We see you, bro.
Hold on. I am so sorry to break up this little powwow. But ladies, do you realize what a historic night in Raw history tonight is? And the two of you are just standing out here talking about yourselves. Charlotte, let's start with you. Was it really necessary to fly Daddy all the way out here just to give you a big grand introduction?
Yeah, was it necessary to fly Daddy all the way out here?
Even wanted on?
What's happening there, Sonya?
And Bianca, you don't really still think people tune into Monday Night Raw just to watch you, do you?
I do.
No, that's a little delusional. What about
I'm happy that Sonya is getting a program with Charlotte. Finally, something different. A new feud.
don't get the spotlight every week?
I don't think it's going to end well for Sonya, but I'm at least glad that she's getting this opportunity because I really like her.
You guys do realize that I used to run this show, right?
Yeah, used to be like the GM or something.
The Raw general manager for over a year. So my question is, where's my recognition in all this?
She's good on the mic too, Sonya. Sonya has everything. She can fight. She looks awesome. And she can talk.
Sonya for the cheap shot last Friday. So, you know what? You've been killing it. This is your show.
I like this Sonya because Sonya's come such a long way from the put your hair up and square up shit. Like Sonya has a character now. Like you,
Yep, champ.
I feel like I know who Sonya is.
You know what? My pleasure, champ.
Oh, look at there. That's not what I mean.
You want to face the champ?
Well, I mean, Sonya, you said you wanted the spotlight, so how about you come get in the ring and then you can be the center of my attention?
Oh, you can be the center of my attention. I completely forgot Charlotte was a babyface until just now. I'm like, why are they getting along? I'm like, oh yeah.
King of WWE.
I think Charlotte forgets she's a face too. Did you see that clip of her yelling at the ref to get the belt and then saying like, I'm sorry, or whatever? I think she's not even used to it.
If it's beneficial, are we set to see Sonya Deville take on the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, here on Raw?
Okay, so we're gonna get a commercial and probably get Sonya and Bianca.
How badly did you guys miss me?
Who are you? I haven't missed you because I don't know who you are. Oh, Tiffany Stratton. Okay.
No one has my shine, my skill.
All I know is I really like Sol Ruka. Holy shit. I can't even recall a time that I've seen more potential just in a women's wrestler than that girl has. Holy crap. That could be one of their best signings they've ever had. I'm rooting for her hard. Cool, like athletic, blonde surfer chick. Really innovative moves in the ring. That reverse cutter thing she's doing is great. And just with some work and experience and training and just keep her going, I think in 5 years she could be ridiculously good. Nobody's used to Charlotte being a babyface. She forgot in the middle of the match, and I forgot here. Like even when her and Bianca are doing their thing here, I'm kind of looking at it in the framework of Charlotte's heel, Bianca's face, because that's what my brain is used to.
I was trying to refinance my mortgage, and when I went to check my credit score, I found a ding, and then I found a couple of inquiries that I had not initiated.
I found a ding in my credit. CreditRepair.com. I use Credit Karma. Been using it for years. It's a great tool. I always keep an eye on my credit, make sure everything's good, looks good. Always gives me recommendations.
Work for better credit at CreditRepair.com.
Celebrate the moment. Ferrero Rocher. Smooth chocolate, crunchy hazelnut. Loving the
I don't know where she is from, but it just seems like somebody that would be around these parts where I live and stuff. I've had a lot of servers and employees come through the restaurant, you know, that are like that, just passing through, you know, getting some side work, but they're just surfer people, lifeguards, shit like that. She gives me that vibe, but she's just super athletic. I like her way better than like Cora Jade and Nikita Lyons, and they don't stand out. Soul stands out. Well, I guess Nikita kind of stands out in a couple of really specific ways.
138 pounds in 9 months. Crazy, right?
Yeah, Cora Jade just kind of, I soured on her when she was giving shit to Sky Blue for trying to be like her. I'm like, bitch, she's wearing a backwards hat. Like, what the fuck? Not the same thing at all. And you're not really at a point in your career yet where anybody would want to emulate you or be inspired by you. You're a fucking rookie. Nobody's patterning their career after you at this point. You know, talk to us in 10 years once you've had a resume and you've won some titles and done some shit, you know, and made a name for yourself and got some exposure. But, man, you've, like, just started. So, I think she's dating Braun Breaker. Not sure. I'm not sure about this Night Court. I used to watch Night Court with my dad. He loved it. The judge there, that judge in the new Night Court, is that the Big Bang Theory girl? Is anybody from Philly in the chat? Because I've had a few Philly experiences that aren't good, and I was going to crap on your town a little bit, but I don't want to do that if you're here. So, that, when they were in LA in 2005, those vignettes they did, like the movie remakes, that was good stuff. You can't handle the truth. And I think they had Batista doing like De Niro or something. I think they all were, right? Austin was like Gladiator. I spent I spent about 3 Easters and 3 Thanksgivings in Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Philly. I used to go up there a couple times a year to visit family. I always enjoyed my trip there. But when I went for WrestleMania, man, in 99, we had trouble navigating Philly a little bit. We had trouble finding like a nice place to go eat and hang out and do stuff. I guess we just didn't, back then there was no phones and GPS. So we just kind of hit the town on our own. And I'm like, this town sucks. But I probably just wasn't in the best spot. She don't even go here. Of course they had to say that. So we got Bianca and Sonya in the ring right now. I don't believe this is a title match. It's just a match. I mean, someday, at some point, we're going to get Sol Ruca and Bianca Belair trying to out-backflip each other in the ring, and that's going to be crazy. Somebody, women in the chat, if there are any, can somebody explain it to me like I'm 5? Obviously, where does that hair attach for Bianca? Like, where does it start? Like, where does her real hair end and the braid begin? And how exactly do you, like, that thing is, that's really not all her hair, right? Oh, yeah, Alexa is probably going to make herself known in this match. That's a good call. Queasy, who did the Basic Instinct vignette? Was it Stacy? I think it's Stacy or Trish. Probably Stacy. This is one of my favorite referees. Somebody told me that she is with Leon Ruff. I think that's great. I like him. They had to change town laws because of Bam Margera. Yeah, my cousins. I had two cousins my age that I would visit on those trips, and they both knew Bam and Ryan Dunn.
Sonya Deville, where she wants her a backbreaker. You think Corey with the Royal Rumble and Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble match 2 years ago, and their trajectory that she's hit since then. Hook off the leg for the win. Sonya kicks in. And you know, that's a great point, KP, because maybe that's what Sonya Deville should be focusing on. Maybe that's what
Oh, yeah, and then Mae Young did it. Oh, yeah.
women's Royal Rumble match this
Oh, that's great.
eliminate 29 other superstars. And I'll see
Boy, first the fans get to have the wonderful beauty that is Mae Young, and then they have to give us that wrinkly old thing, Stacy, after that to look at. Bleh. Ugh. Who wants Stacy? Give me more of that Mae. Give me more of that Mae Young, that MW.
a pace attacking Sonya Deville. Belair with a welcome to Monday Night Raw message for Sonya.
Oh, AJ Lee is your favorite women's wrestler ever. AJ and Cora are kind of alike. I did like AJ Lee. She was far from my favorite women's wrestler ever. Probably not even in the top 10, but that doesn't mean I didn't like her. I liked her a lot.
Next time you order 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shot. Because Domino's is now delivering pizza with new electric vehicles across the country. With hundreds of EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet. You good? I'm great.
Oh, Antoine, okay, she does have hair to a back, but that I weave braided it, but a weave braided in. I would say to be that thick, it's all in her head or head. So basically what you're saying, it's unbelievable.
Stressed? Anxious? Your vape can make you feel stressed? Anxious? Your vape can make you feel
This is a hilarious vape commercial that I'm watching.
anxious. Vaping nicotine can increase feelings of stress and anxiety. So if you're vaping to help your stress, you could be caught in a loop and making it worse. Vaping nicotine. It's a breath of stress air. See for yourself. breathofstressair.com.
My name's Mike McCluskey. You know who I am? What did I just walk into? You gotta handle this one.
Oh yeah, this guy. What's the latest with Jeremy Renner? How's he doing?
There is no peace. This is on you.
This man's really trying to stop him. He's a warrior. He's a warrior again. I need you.
I think Bianca could be a great heel someday too, because her promos are pretty basic, one-dimensional, says the same shit, same lines, can be cringy at times. I've said for months, over a year, a couple years now, that there's no rush to do it because Bianca is still a very good babyface to have and she's marketable to the kids and all that stuff. But at some point, she's going to have to do what Bayley did. And with Bianca, in Bianca's case, I would like to see like a complete 180 to where she's angry, aggressive, pissed, not cowardly, not a cowardly chicken shit heel, but an angry, I could still murder you heel and an intimidating heel because she's big, strong, imposing. And if you put a killer instinct behind that strength and athleticism, you could have a very, very strong force on your hands. So I think Bianca getting to that point and evolving there would be great. And it would be a completely different thing than like Bayley, who is just obnoxious and she's that type of heel. But I don't think Bianca needs to become that type of heel. She can be obnoxious on the mic from time to time if she's got to be, but I'd like to see a little more Brock, a little more of that killer instinct in her. God, they're remaking Magnum PI too. I used to watch that shit when I was a kid. Tom Selleck is a distant. He's in there somewhere. He's in my family tree. I used to hear that shit all the time when I was a kid, that we're related to Tom Selleck. It's way down the line, but it's in there. He's in my bloodline. I got some Selleck in me.
Friday
Laredo, Texas. Laredo. All right.
You're very welcome back, folks. We're in Philadelphia tonight celebrating the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, and the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, is going to work on Sonya Deville. Simply outrageous power on the Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, when Bianca has that heel run that I'm talking about, that's got to be post-braid. That braid's got to be off by then. She's got to have a different look, shorter hair. I mean, at some point, some heel's going to chop that thing off. I thought it would have already happened by now. And I think when something like that happens, maybe it changes her. I mean, don't forget, too, Bianca's been champion for a year. You know, so when she loses that title, you know, maybe that begins the transformation of her. But I feel more comfortable with Triple H being in charge of creative in terms of KOD to Sonya. That's going to be the end. I feel more comfortable with Triple H in terms of not letting people get too stale to where Vince would tend to just run with people and not change shit about them like he did with Cena for so long. But I think with Triple H, he's more dialed into recognizing when somebody needs to pivot. And I think with Bianca, that time will come. And it could be shortly after she loses the title. I would not want to cut a promo after a match.
She can bring Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt, the Playhouse, Funhouse, whoever. It don't matter. Nobody and no one is going to stop them from saying, and still, your Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair.
Their hair's sticking to it. Don't you hate it when your hair sticks to your championship belt? I hate that. Oh, here's Alexa.
I am your only obstacle. And if everyone would just leave me the hell alone, maybe I wouldn't have to keep reminding you of that. I don't need Uncle Howdy or Bray Wyatt. I don't need anyone.
She's talking into the mirror.
To tear your face open with my bare hands.
Tear your face open?
But don't worry. I'll spare your eyes so you can watch me walk out of Royal Rumble with the Raw Women's Championship.
Okay.
Haunting warning from Bianca Belair's championship challenge.
I hate Alexa Bliss's music so much. I hate it so much. It was every ounce of my heart. It was every cell, drop of blood in there is loaded with disgust for Alexa Bliss's music. Terry Allen, appreciate the $2, dude. Mark Henry's fake retirement was memorable. It was memorable. That it was. I saw it coming. I knew he was full of shit. But it was still memorable. And a lot of fans say that they were fooled. I was not. Cena was a dead giveaway. I mean, no reason for John Cena to be in that ring if Mark Henry was really retiring. Mark Henry would be in there alone.
It's taken, I feel like, 16 years to even get in a position where I'm coming back from an injury, sure, but I'm also carrying everything from every place I've been and everywhere I've gone. All the sacrifice, all the doubt, all the struggle.
I'm excited to see Cody come back. I was bummed out when he got hurt because I'm like, we just got him. We just got him in WWE. This is so new to see him in this environment. And all we got was 9,000 Seth matches, and then he was gone. I think he had a match with Owens on Raw. I think he worked Miz on Raw, if I remember right.
I'm in the prime of my career, and then it gets taken away. You hit rock bottom.
I just really hope that when Cody comes back, he stays healthy and nothing else happens to him. Oh, I forgot. He tore it right off the bone. Don't forget. Off the bone. I mean, he was doing cutters. I mean, even putting that kendo stick there has got to hurt like shit.
The lights enough, whether that be in the ring or laying on a table getting ready to get surgery.
And Cody's smart too, man. Like, that Hell in the Cell is part of the reason why so many fans are really excited to see him back. I think if he would have had to bow out of that match, he wouldn't have left enough of a mark yet. His Mania comeback was incredible. But that cell match just iced it. I'm like, oh shit, Cody's the real deal. He's looking good there. The scar is very small. So they can go in and that small amount of an incision and fix that? That's crazy.
That validation and like that vindication for it to get broken. It was a legit.
I just put a Cody video up yesterday on Bald Guy Wrestling if you want to check it out.
A torn pec couldn't stop me. Both torn pecs, torn quad, torn bicep. As long as my heart is pumping, I honestly couldn't think of anything that would stop me. Being in the ring is like oxygen. And I really need to breathe again.
Good for Cody. Cody was incredibly gracious when I met him. I want the Rhodes family name to, you know, have a legacy because Dusty was my first memory, you know. I discovered wrestling was a thing by seeing a picture of Dusty Rhodes, and like that's really cool to me. So I want.
Have made it crystal clear what I want.
And I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to do it for my family. And I am going to do it for you.
I still worry that like this version of babyface Cody also has a shelf life, and I think the nature of fans, they tend to grow tired with that stuff. So I feel like whatever you do with Cody, it can't be a slow burn. If they're gonna belt him, Mania is where you need to belt him. While he's back, he's new, he's fresh, people are happy to see him, and he hasn't grown stale. Then, when that happens, you can turn him. And now we get a Cody heel turn.
Bobby Lashley to United States champion Austin Theory. We've seen that the almighty savagery knows no bounds, but will it be enough to oust Theory and become the new United States champion? That is our main event tonight from a packed
All right, Theory and Lashley coming up.
57 here in Philadelphia.
WWE Superstar Sunday is the place where every
Yeah, what happened last year? It was Ronda and Lesnar won the Rumbles. Jesus. God.
iconic turn takes on new meaning.
That moment changed the landscape.
So sit down, shut up, and
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Ben. That Hell in the Cell match really helped make Cody because, like I said, had he left prior to that match or just he was just too injured to compete and he didn't gut that out or the doctors didn't let him do it, and it was a different kind of injury that, you know, he wouldn't have been able to work through, you know, like a blown out knee or something like that. But in the case of the torn pec, you know, it was the issue of, well, if you can gut out the pain, you can't really injure it anymore. You can't tear it anymore. It's already torn. So can't get it. You can't do any more damage to yourself. So as long as you can handle it, you can go out there and work. And he did. And that was pure luck, you know, because if it would have been an injury, if he would have broken his ankle or done something that would have immobilized him, then he wouldn't have been able to compete even if he wanted to, and he wouldn't have left that mark. It was, you know, could turn out to be one of the biggest happy accidents to ever happen in wrestling, even though it caused us to lose Cody for 8 months. The memory it created and the mark he left in the determination and courage he showed by gutting it out and wrestling that night. Not only wrestle, he didn't just like go in there and just like get through it. He went in there and wrestled as if he was 100% and put on as good of a match as he would have if he was 100%. And it was quite a performance, career-defining night for him. So those are the type of guys and the attitude and the spirit that you want in your champions. And that's why if I did have any reservations about Cody being champion, I don't now. I'm perfectly fine if they belt him. He deserves it. How good did J-Lo look in that commercial? I don't know, what was that? What was that, a movie trailer? I don't even know what I just watched there, but good gracious.
Snickers satisfies.
Nice. Just on Twitter, Chris Jericho, we will be wrestling Effie on Joey Janela's spring break show. That's awesome. Jericho is about to have their 4-leaf clover cruise in a couple of weeks. We are currently on the 3-year anniversary. 3 years ago at this time, I was actually on the Jericho cruise having a great time. That was all going down 3 years ago, right before COVID hit. Right before we realized the world was going to fucking change. Does not feel like that long ago, but it was. Plot twist says Chris Miner, what's up, dude? Cody returns as Stardust at the Rumble. I hate to have to block a channel member. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't think Cody will return as Stardust. I don't know if he'll ever put that makeup back on again. I don't know. I feel like he's shed that permanently. There really would be no reason for them to return to it. At WrestleMania, he did the Stardust thing against Seth Rollins, I remember. But I don't think that's something that Cody would want to do. Unless it was for fun, unless it was in a segment or something like that. Or unless he just decided, he said, you know what, everything, after maybe a couple of world title runs, and he's been Cody Rhodes now in WWE for a few years, and he decides it's his decision to maybe revisit that and try to give himself closure on that chapter of his life, if that was a gimmick that he looks back on with any sort of regrets, he could rectify it, redeem it. I don't know. Could we get a free agent in the Rumble like Jay White? Good question. A lot of rumors about Jay White coming in. I don't know if his New Japan contract will be completely up by the time the Rumble hits, or if he still has another obligation with New Japan before he's officially done. Jay White would be pretty cool. It would be interesting to see what kind of a reaction he would get from the crowd. I don't think dude is over. I don't think he would pull in what AJ Styles did. I don't think he would get a reaction like that, but there would be plenty of fans that would think it's pretty damn awesome. I would love it if Jay White came in. Just depends. But I'm also fine with them just kind of debuting him. Jay White would be a great night after WrestleMania type of guy for me. Hold him off until then. Have him attack somebody. Maybe have him attack a brand new WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, on the night after WrestleMania when Cody's having his championship celebration, and he's attacked by Jay White, and boom, Jay White is Cody's first challenger for the title. And that's our main event of our Backlash or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But if Roman were to lose the titles, you'd have to wonder, does the Roman character just walk away from that? Or does he come back out on TV immediately and say, no, this is bullshit, I want my championship belts back? And we have now a series of rematches with whoever beats Roman, Cody or whoever, or Sami. I don't know. But with so many people championship ready right now, I honestly think you should just separate back out the titles somehow. And so you have two. So you got the opportunity for two people. I'm normally not like that, but there's just so many guys right now that I think deserve a run. All right, we got Miz TV, or no, just Miz. It's not Miz TV, it's just Miz. Miz by himself. Okay, what legends are missing? Who's going to come out here and do something with Miz? This could be a John Cena or a Zack Ryder. Good place to bring back Zack Ryder would be right here. All of my amazingness. Who's coming? Or is it Dexter? Oh, it's Kevin Owens. Nice. Stunner. Miz laid out. I love it. Spread eagle. Oh, Zach Cardono's in Florida. Son of a bitch. I was hoping that Matt and Chelsea would grace our TVs very soon. I really hope they bring in Cardona. What's Owens got to say?
Roman, You might have said Sami Zayn is not guilty, but let me tell you what you are guilty of. You are guilty of having held the WWE Universal title hostage for over 2 years now.
Yeah, way over 2 years. 2.5.
And on Saturday night at the Royal Rumble, I give you my word. I give everyone in this building and everybody watching at home my word. I will do everything I can to change that and take that title and give everybody a champion they can be proud of.
Is he referring to the Universal title like that's the only title he's challenging for?
And I guarantee you, I will just keep fighting until I have nothing left. On Saturday, I'm taking that title from you, or I'm gonna die trying.
Is this match just for the Universal title or something, or am I completely missing something? Hey, help me out here. Oh, yeah, he's got the J armband, huh?
We'll just keep fighting, attempting to free the championship from the grasp of the tribal chief this Saturday.
What a match it promises to be at the Royal Rumble, Alamo Dome, San Antonio. Over 50,000 of the WWE Universe in attendance.
Streaming live WWE on Peacock, and we know Kevin Owens is a man on a mission. The undisputed WWE Universal Championship is on the line. The island of relevancy is under siege.
Okay, it's undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Okay. It just sounded the way Owens was wording that promo. He was talking about the Universal title being held hostage for 2.5 years. But I guess just when he says that, it means both. We only have, what, 7 women announced for this thing? Hey, guess who's not going to win? Zelina.
The unexpected as Bray Wyatt and LA Knight go one-on-one in the first ever Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
No idea what to expect there or here.
Mountain Dew pitch black match. Fuck off.
And fighting Raw Women's Champion since WrestleMania last year, but the EST has never encountered a force as complicated, as twisted, as sinister, as
Yeah, it's for the undisputed title. Just the way he was wording that, I'm like, oh, are they already planting the seeds for a title split? I just think that was the way he said his promo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Looks like 15. Half the field has been announced for the men's rumble here.
Title opportunity at WrestleMania. Speaking of
All right, here comes A-Town down.
Raw 30, the United States Championship is on.
Do we even know what the hell a pitch black match is? I don't think we do. I can only imagine it's in the dark or something.
You're absolutely right. We are living in the now. Austin Theory, a man who claims he is in the midst of his forever reign as champion.
The Royal Rumble is presented by Cricket with fast and powerful nationwide 5G coverage.
I mean, I wonder.
Dress less and smile more. And by the
No, that wouldn't make any sense either.
Visa card. If you want to show off your WWE pride,
I would almost wonder if like Kevin Owens were to upset Roman Reigns with the help of Sami Zayn or something and he wins both belts. If he would come out to TV and say, you know what? This is stupid. I'm not going to defend both of these things. Roman Reigns held the Universal title hostage for 2.5 years and that was my goal. You can have this WWE title back and have a tournament for it or something if he just hands it back and then he goes, I'll just take this and defend this. But that would be odd for a babyface to do that, but I still think maybe Roman getting screwed somehow or losing the title in some sort of a way where Heyman can pull some strings or sue or have some sort of language or in the contract that somehow protects one of the title belts and they can contractually ununify them that way.
Save 25% off qualifying orders.
Heyman says, it says right here, Article 32-C, in the event of a of interference unrecognized by the referee or something like that, in the event of an unfair victory, the WWE title defaults back to Roman Reigns or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know how they would do it.
Snickers satisfies.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't have Brock Lesnar come out here and help Theory win, because I don't see the point in having Lashley beat Theory for the title. Theory's on a roll. They're doing great things with him. No reason to slow him down now. It's a no DQ match, which means anything can happen. Lashley has began his feud with Brock. You know we're going to get a match either at the Rumble or WrestleMania between these two. It's Raw 30. Every other legend and their mother is in the house. Why wouldn't Brock be there? So I think Brock's coming out. I think Brock is going to suplex Omos because the MVP approached Lashley backstage, and I think he's going to come out there and try to help out with Omos or something, and then maybe Brock Lesnar comes out to even up the odds, so to speak, and he takes out Omos and takes out MVP and allows Theory to capitalize and on Lashley after Lashley gets F5'd or something like that. I kind of see that happening, so let's see how my aim is on that one. Sounds logical, right? Am I going to be one of the surprise entrants at the Rumble on Saturday? Well, if I told you, I wouldn't be a surprise. So you just wait. I'll tell you right now, none of those guys want to be in there if I am coming in. How frustrated would I be if Goldberg was in the Rumble? I wouldn't give a shit. I would only be frustrated, I should say, if he won. If he was in there and somebody tossed his ass out, then I'm cool with that. Plus, you want surprises and you want shocks. Although him winning, I think, would make the fans nervous. They'd be like, oh, shit, Vince is back. I think if he was in the Rumble, fans would probably start complaining on social media. Oh, he's going to win, guaranteed now. Vince is back in charge, because fans are stupid, and that will be their immediate assumption. And to be honest, I might have that same assumption, so I don't want him coming in. Fuck him. But if he did, it would be cool for once to use these legends in a way that can maybe give it a little bit of a push or a nudge to somebody else that could use it, and having somebody eliminate Bill, like a Gunther or somebody like that, would be very cool. Who is this? Thea Hale? I don't know who any of these people are. I'm checked out of NXT. I just pieced out. Like when somebody comes along that's worth looking at, like Sol Ruka or Pretty Deadly, or some good talent that's down there, it might pique my interest a bit. But other than that, number one album that I've never heard of, The Mockingbird. Hardy. Okay. I'll rush right out to my local record store and pick up a copy. Carmelo Hayes in the Rumble would be fun. He's awesome. I would love for him to show up. WWE reportedly is very happy with the surprises they have planned. That's what I told the fans who were complaining about Cody, and I'm like, they didn't ruin any surprise. We all knew he would be at the Rumble. And plus, WWE might have bigger surprises that'll make it okay. And I bet you at the Rumble, I'll say, see, don't you feel dumb about freaking out about Cody now? Weren't these all great? Depending on what sort of surprises we have. As the Almighty makes his way to the ring. 15 minutes left in the show here to get this match done. No DQ. United States title. Ciampa in the Rumble would be awesome. Mil Mascaras, no, he'll just eliminate himself because, as we all know, no yob. I'm digging this ring announcer. She looks like she's like in an 80s band. CM Punk in the Rumble. Unfortunately, I'm pretty confident that that's not going to happen. Unless CM Punk decided to come in and WWE brought him in and they decided to take their chances in the courts. But then WWE would have to be willing to undo their entire independent contractor status if they're willing to bring Punk in. Oh, Goldberg couldn't win it, huh? Well, I said the same thing when Goldberg faced The Fiend, so. Yo, Nick Musser in the house. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Austin Theory.
On this special night, Ric Flair, Diamond Dallas Page, Kurt Angle, JBL, some of the superstars that have
Like, Theory doesn't seem to be too intimidated by Lashley, which is kind of funny.
watching on as the almighty
I kind of wish this was a shoot.
looks to snatch the title from the champ, Austin Theory.
We know what the championship means to Bobby Lashley, but for Austin Theory, the title is everything. Yet for some reason, the WWE Universe, dare I say, most of the locker room is still not showing Theory the respect that comes with the championship. I don't know why.
All AEWA roster. I don't know, man. We're getting down to...
Decisive win over a dominant
Just try to write down a list of the current living former AEWA roster members. Especially from back in those early days. There can't be that many left. I think Baron Von Raschke's still alive, right?
dumping the champion to the outside.
I know Bruiser, Crusher, all those guys are dead. Mad Dog's dead.
Pinfall or submission only. It's very simple.
Bockwinkel recently passed away.
For what they do to one another. Anything and everything goes. It is all legal. Be a winner. Pinfall or submission.
X-Pac would be fun if he was in the Rumble. I would love it. I would love it. I'll put Orange Cassidy in the Rumble and be confused as to where he is. I think it would be funnier to put R-Truth in like a Casino Battle Royale or something like that, or one of their matches. I mean, if you ever did a collaboration with WWE and TNA, AEW, and that was ever able to be worked out in some universe out there somewhere, I think it would be funny for the Money in the Bank winner to fucking show up on Dynamite and cash in on their champion. What a defection. That would be cool.
You ever gamble? 'Cause you can make a killing. Fear. It's in our nature.
Oh, yeah, Hogan. He was on the show tonight. I mean, Greg Gagne's still alive. Jim Brunzell's still alive. Hogan's still alive. But, I mean, a lot of the old days, I mean Gene and Vern, Bockwinkel, Lanza, Bobby Heenan.
The card that says so much.
Ha! Tony Khan wins the Rumble, climbs up on the
Crown.
ropes, points to the WrestleMania sign, and screams. Have you seen that video going around of the, I think it's like the Miss Universe, some shit, all these women announcing what country they're from. And you go through this shit for a minute of like Italy and Bolivia and all these women just saying their country. And then you get to the last one and it's France. And she goes, France. She has this growl after all these ones sounded so normal. And then she just like yells out this like animal noise. I feel like that's what Tony Khan would do. He would have this hilarious sounding scream.
For every no you give us, hundreds of thousands will die. We have to help each other. Will you make a choice? Rated R. You said close your eyes, don't.
Greg Gagne, the legend. Greg Gagne, who looks like everybody's uncle. I have 3 uncles that look just like Greg Gagne.
Gotta get rid of this.
Backstreet Boys.
Because it stinks. I don't know.
Oh, these Backstreeters.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
How crazy is it? Is this awful music? It's a quarter century old. That's just like 25 years old now. I remember at the time thinking that all that stuff was like a disgrace to music, these boy bands and this ridiculous genre that we're getting hit in the face with. As bad as that was, now I hear the shit now, I'm like, oh, Backstreet Boys actually wasn't that bad. Justin Timberlake, he's actually not that horrible. I thought he was a doofus. Dude's actually kind of talented. There was 2 90s, man. They came in with that grunge, and it ended with the NSYNC. Crazy. I was like, how did we start with Nirvana and Pearl Jam and end with 98 Degrees? Like, what the fuck? My lower back is killing me. Oh, there goes Theory. Air is very dirty. Look at that. Nice move by Theory on Lashley. They might have themselves a star here in Theory. This booking direction change that they did with him was fucking perfect. Like he was a joke. He was a get him off of my TV guy when he was doing that nonsense with Vince. And that selfie thing, I had no interest in watching his shit. That's why when he got buried, I'm like, oh, this might be a good thing. Because they're going to reset him. And look at what it's done. Everybody freaked out. It might be the best thing that's ever happened to him. These kids these days and their devil tunes, I know. And their gizmos and gadgets, they just have me flummoxed. Asuka, good one. France. So yeah, Alex, you saw it right, France. I've watched it like 3 times. It made me laugh my ass off. Yeah, Asuka coming back as Kana. She's been dropping some hints about that. A lot of... I think she's been putting some of that old makeup back on and showing a lot of photos from that time in her career. So I don't know if she would come back as Kana or if I think she would still stay Asuka, but she would have her appearance change would be to represent that. So if she showed up in the Rumble, I think it would just be the face paint and the look. I don't think her name would change. So I'm into that. Yeah. Hopefully no Nia Jax in the Rumble. I second that, TJ. I don't have any use for her. I've got more use for crotch warts than I do for Nia Jax. So hopefully they keep her out of there. Oh, nice bump on the chair by Theory. I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but I understand that she's very talented. So I'm not even going to shit on her because I think she's kind of special, even though I'm not that familiar with her. She's kind of hard to, you can't miss her. There's billionaires in everybody's face. Not too much familiar with her work. Might know 5 of her songs, but I know that she's pretty much a legend. Oh. fire extinguisher spots. We're going to get a picture-in-picture with 6 minutes left in the show. So when we come back from this, they're probably going to be starting to go into their finish here. We'll see if we get Brock. We may get an overrun here. I'm going to take a quick break.
The pain. Snickers satisfies.
Better ingredients, better pizza means that every bite of this slice just keeps getting better. From the first bite to the dunk. And just when you're thinking this life can't get any better, you get to that epic stuffed crust that's hand stuffed with cheese.
All right. I'm back. Has Nia Jax recovered from her whole injury? I'm not sure, Alex. Probably not. Those things are hard to heal. Ask X-Pac. Harry, I think Raw was advertised commercial-free for the first hour, from what I understand. But this picture-in-picture shit they do on Raw, right? This is a normal thing, or is this just for tonight? You know, to be honest, I don't know. When I watch Raw, I'm like in a zone. If I'm not reviewing the show, I'm not paying attention to it. Even if it's on, sometimes it can just be on and I can be doing something else and I have no concept of what's even happening. That happened to me on Friday night. I was watching SmackDown and I started watching the Charlotte Flair promo and then I started doing something else and it was on. It was right next to me on, but I was typing and fucking around over here and then next thing I knew, the segment was over. And I'm like, what the hell even happened? Do I remember Woodstock 99? Yes, I need to watch that documentary. We have not. That might be something good for us to watch. I didn't realize there was 2 docs on this. HBO Max and Netflix has got one. I remember for shits and gigs, I bought the CD. I think I still have. Actually, I do. I still have it somewhere. There was like a 2-disc CD album set from Woodstock, and I just remember back in those days, I would go to like CD stores all the time, like used CDs and shit. I remember buying that. But that was a poorly run event, to say the least. Hopefully wrestling never has a catastrophe like that, where we try to run a festival and we all fucking kill each other. Are they doing beer keg curling? That's crazy. Fucking Carson Daly. Big superplex. Down goes Theory. We are back from commercial. We have got 2 minutes left in the show, according to my watch. I feel like there's got to be an overrun or something here. Shit. Who comes back from a commercial break 2 minutes before the show is over? Unless I'm way behind y'all. But no, I don't appear to be. I feel like we might have a 10-minute, 5-minute overrun here. Hopefully we do. Oh, here we go. Dominator. Nope. Or the Lashley-nator, whatever that's called. Fans are looking. They're looking at something. Wow, Theory caught him. No way. Nope. Hurt lock. Low blow. I'm not looking at the chat right now just in case somebody comes out. Through the table goes Theory. Table explodes. Here's Brock. There we go. All right, as expected. Here comes the beast. I still thought we were going to get Brock and Omos. Brock was very obvious. We've been calling this since last week. Is that a feather in his hat? On his hat? Cowboy Brock is back. Yeah, didn't he already cost him the title? Now he's going to come cost him again? The beast needs to feast. Oh, shit. He's going to F5 Lashley, of course. Well, fuck. I hope when these guys wrestle, Lashley beats him. I mean, Brock comes back, beats up Lashley every time he interacts with him. Costs him the U.S. Oh, he's going to hit Theory, too. Oh, just make him land on him. And cost Lashley 2 United States titles. And then they're going to have a match and Brock's going to beat him? Is that what's happening here? Is the power of Christ compelling me? Is that what's happening here? Right at the top of the hour, they got it done. Triple H, time management extraordinaire. And that is it. They went off the air quick. So they were running short on time, actually, because Corey was talking as the show went off the air. But as predicted, Lashley did lose, and Theory retained his United States title with help from Brock Lesnar in the no DQ main event. Overall, I think a pretty fun show. What do you guys think of it? Waste of a match, kind of, but it was a predictable way to set up what they're obviously going to be doing with Lesnar and Lashley. So not that bad. Overall, I think the show, I don't know, what grade am I going to give it? A, B, C, or D? 0 through 10? Let's go 6.5. How about that? No, let's go 7. Let's give it a 7. Let's be polite. Let's be kind tonight because it's Mania season. It was still entertaining. I thought the use of the legends tonight was better than what they've done in the past. Yes, they did their silly shit with the poker game, but they still did some funny things in that poker game. And then the really cool segment with Bray Wyatt and the Undertaker was kind of cool. Hogan, of course, had to open the show, and his microphone didn't work, and they had to give him a new one. So that's so typical Hogan. Not his fault in this case, but it's the type of shit that happens to him, and I love it when it does. Wrestling was pretty good tonight, too. Matches were fun. And stage is set for the Rumble. Great tribal court. Sami Zayn survives, found not guilty, lives to fight or live in the bloodline one more day. And Roman told him that he doesn't want to see him until the Royal Rumble. So that means Sami will have to interfere or make some sort of appearance in the match with Kevin Owens and perhaps help Kevin Owens win or help Roman Reigns win. He might be faced with a big decision. We've got Elimination Chamber on the horizon. WrestleMania's coming up. We're in a good time of year right now. Real good time of year. So thank you very much for hanging out tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I don't have any notes to really review this show, but I will offer more thoughts on it this week. Thanks a lot for being here. Next video scheduled will be this Thursday. We have the big Royal Rumble predictions stream along with our Q&A. It's going to be a live Q&A. If you want to participate, you can send questions over to goodmicwork@gmail.com. Or if you are a channel member, I've got a couple of posts up in the community tab for you guys where you can leave your questions there. But if you would prefer them to be private, you can send them over to the email as well. No big deal. Do whatever you want because you guys are going to get first dibs on all of that. So aside from a mic drop or a short or some shit being posted on Bald Guy, you probably won't see me again until Thursday, but then we'll be back for that. And of course, Saturday, we're going to watch the Royal Rumble together, so make sure you're here. It's BYOB, but you're all invited. Come hang out with me for many hours on Saturday as we watch this year's Royal Rumble together and we react to it. And then I'm very much looking forward to that. Before I get out of here, let me read some of these grades. It sounds like you guys kind of agree with me. CB, 7.3 out of 10. D+, C+, B-, 7.6. You guys are in the vicinity of where I'm at. So it sounds like we have the same opinion on that. Great minds think alike. Thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday night, and I will catch you real soon for a big weekend of Royal Rumble festivities.